Welcome to Let's Get It, the Atheist Roundtable.
That was terrible. Let's do that again.
How's the mic? What you doing? What up with Eddie? Why he sweaty on your noodle? I don't get it. He lost his shit. The whole kid caboodle. Now pause. You alls. Everybody tell him that he's a lost cause. Who's the ass in the hat? Half Christian ass. Always talking this and talking that. And Benji on the epistemology. You got claims, got beliefs. What's your confidence? And is it relevant? Nah. Just Jeff. What's next? What text you gonna put to the test? Put to the test, little troll face weasel on TikTok looking like a beetle juice. And what do you do when a member of your crew sits in a shed with the dead? I don't know what's up. Anybody seen T-Jump? Now the newest member of the crew. The top debut. Here's your preview. It's K Nabs. She says she's the live stream queen. Welcome to the team. Yeah. Welcome to the team.
The Atheist Roundtable.
Is faith a reliable pathway to truth?
Hey, yo, Oz, are we going on a deep dive?
Faith is bullshit. Jesus in the morning.
Welcome to the Atheist Roundtable. And this is the New Year's Eve live edition. I'm Oz and Ben G.
Hey,
you looking G, man? G'd up tonight.
thank you. It's New Year's Eve. I just thought it would be a proper, not quite a black tie event, but you got to elevate your life, elevate yourself for 2021, get that motivational stuff out the way. You know what I'm talking about.
Are you running for president or something?
Maybe one day. But just so you know, earlier today, what I just got done doing, Oz, this whole past year has been bananas. It's been like old, rotten, just like garbage bananas. You know what we do when we have rotten bananas? We
What
make
do we do?
banana bread. And
Oh.
so I've enjoyed a little bit of banana bread and a little bit of evening mimosas to get ready for my evening. So
I like that. I've not heard that. I've heard the, lemon lemonade. I've not heard the rotten banana bread.
well, it's been bananas, and so I think it's important to make sure that everybody's aware. It doesn't have to be just lemonades. All right.
Interesting. You just changed my life. You just changed my life. That was it, literally with an hour and 20 minutes left in the year. That was the greatest bit of information.
Now, if you may, let's bow our heads and make sure that everybody is okay.
But Ben, while you and I are on screen here, and some of the other team, they got things going, whether it's work, family, lives, friends, that kind of thing. And I don't expect everybody to be on, all night tonight at all. But while you and I are here, one thing I do want to do is thank everybody that's contributed to the Atheist Roundtable.
Oh my God!
We have 4 months left. Before we hit our year mark. Our first live episode was April 22nd of 2020, and it has been insane. It's been insane the amount of support that we have received from this community, from the YouTube community, and I'm nothing but humbled and grateful for that and a position they've put us in. But whether it's been the guests that have been there, members, Patreons, and all that. But one thing I want to do first and foremost is thank Pasta Mike for everything that he has poured into this channel. And he's a busy man. I don't know if he'll be able to join in with us tonight. Hopefully he can. But if not, he'll be able to go back and see this. Pasta, we all love you. We appreciate you and all the blood, sweat, and energy, time, all of that you put in this channel. Nobody else sees it. And nobody else realizes it, but we do, and I know you and I talk, at least once a day, and I know what you put into this, and we would not be where we're at today if it was not for Pasta Mike. So first and foremost, thank you to him, and then to the rest of our team. Well, before I even go, J Mike, and hopefully he'll hear this later.
Yeah.
He was a critical part in starting this. Thank you, J Mike, Jesus Mike, Atheist Jesus.
He would close out the shows. He'd have his glass of water, and as he was imparting some wisdom, he set that down, and he had magically turned it into a glass of wine.
Yes,
and it was a beautiful segment there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, just Jeff, I'm thinking the ones that, that originally met, we've all met via TikTok at this point, but, the original ones, and Jeff coming along and just watching his, his growth, through all this and the work he's put into it. Murder Shed Steve, Pasta helped, create this character, and Steve has just ran with it and made it a thing. It's a thing now on Tart. It's a thing now on YouTube and the atheist community. Murder Shed Steve, Benji came in. He was like, I want to be a part of creating content, and I want to make a difference. I don't, I've never done this, and now is slaying it on TikTok. He slays it when he comes on, and we have guests here. So, Ben, thank you for your contributions, and what you've done. And KNEV's just getting started, but already shows all of the capabilities of being an all-star in our community. So thank you to you guys and the time and the work you put into it. And again, to our subscribers, Patreons, all of you that jump in the comment section every single time we go live. And when I say every time, we go live all the time. You guys are always there. And we know we're not prompt. When we say we're starting at 9, it could be 9:01 or it could be 9:30.
It's fashionably late.
It is. That is subjective. but we are, we want to give you as much content as we can, whether it's for entertainment or to help you answer questions, for education, whatever it is. We want to give you as much as we can. Before I wrap up on that, we do have a super chat. Wintersense $9.99. Thank you very much. And Wintersense has already become, in the last, I'd say 2 weeks now, very, very active in our community, in our chats, and all that. So we definitely appreciate that. But
There was definitely somebody you left off there. At least one person, Oz, and I want to make sure that you know how much you mean to at least me. Everybody else probably says, "Well, fuck that guy, mute Oz," but you've got to realize how much that your dedication means to not just me, but the whole team too. I can feel pretty comfortable saying that, and the fact that you're on every single show and you're the one who's on when we need a break, you're still here. And you've got your own busy life and your own family and job and everything to take care of, and take care of yourself too. So thank you for everything that you do all year, and planning to give more. Insane. So thank you, Oz.
No, I appreciate that, and I know, and I'll say this, and I know it's the same thing for the rest of our team. We love what we do, and we love why we do it. We love helping people. We love making a difference. So without it turning into a mush fest, because that's not what I intended it for. I just wanted to make
fully
sure.
What I intended the entire night.
I just want to make sure going into a new year that we communicate our gratitude to those that listen, watch, support, and even if it's not monetary, some of it's monetary, even it being in the comment section, that helps us. It helps algorithms. It helps analytics. It helps all of that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to say that, and for all of us, thank you very much. But it's been great this year. Been even amidst COVID and all of the bullshit that has went on in 2020. But once we, if some of these sons of bitches will take the vaccine, we get the vaccine going, hopefully we can start pushing closer towards the end of this and get back to some normalcy. That'll be awesome. But the silver lining for us is we've been able to see the support, see the love, and here we are. And 2021 is going to be even fucking better. So anything else you'd like to say before I bring a couple guests on, Ben?
Let's bring him in, the red carpet special. Let's go.
Okay, well, and one of them, as soon as he comes in, I'm just going to do a flying elbow off the top rope, just because I feel like I should.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up? We got Cease to Know from Accidents on Trial, and then we got Sweaty Eddie. I don't
need any top elbows off the top rope after Mike put that whooping on me last night.
What about tops?
Oh, somebody done lied to you.
I've seen a bunch of messages. It's I'm just like, bro, what are you smoking, man? But it is.
Well, I'll say this. I love you and I love Mike. But the one thing I always want our channel, our platform to be known for is when we have debates between a theist and an atheist, even if I don't agree with the argument, I still have to be able to call it down the middle on who presented their argument the best. And Eddie won last night. And if you're saying anything else, you watched a completely different debate than I watched.
Well, any other debates will be a lot more simpler. Won't be, I really had to gut that one to even get it as simple as it was, and they really didn't do justice to it, and shouldn't have used such a technical argument anyway. But it is what it is,
Yep. Well, and there was a couple times, without going doing a complete review right now, where it probably could have been simplified, but at the end of the day, you got to come prepared for whatever argument you're going against, and know how to attack it. So yeah. But Cease, before we start talking about New Year's 2020, 2021, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about your channel, what you and that Jesus, J. Mike, Atheist Jesus, whatever he calls himself these days. What do you guys got going on?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. It's always good to see you guys and hang out.
Good to see you again.
So a little bit about me. For those who don't know, I'm a master's in philosophy student. Originally I'm from Italy, but I spent most of my life in the US. I've been interested in religion since I was 15, and philosophy in general since I was 15. I'm 31 now. I do a show with J Mike called Axioms on Trial on YouTube. We just hit our 20th episode a couple days ago, so that's been great. We're still building and figuring it out, but it's been a really fun time, and I'm looking forward to bringing more content in the near future, more philosophy focused, more science focused perhaps, but there's definitely more content coming soon. So
awesome. And if you haven't yet, and I'll get the once everybody, I haven't put anything in the description because I didn't know who all would be joining us yet, but I'll make sure I get on there for Axiom on Trial. If you haven't, go subscribe, and they have great conversations on there. And when we say deep dives here compared to what they do, we have very shallow dives. They do the deep dives. They'll get into stuff where I'm like, huh? But for the really, really smart ones like Cease, it makes all the sense. I'm just not that smart. So
I got the pink tonight, and y'all are all white. What the hell, Oz? I mean, it's almost like you plan everything.
He's got his little red back there.
Man,
Look at that! Look at the mood lights back there.
Yeah, I did red. I'm sorry you did pink.
Hold on, I'll change it,
sweetie.
Well, I was about to say, yeah, if anybody's watching our stuff and we're just kind of like, man, I just really wish we were getting more technical. The Axioms on Trial feeds a lot more just like, it's like if you really know what you're reading about, or if you've done a good amount of reading, you're going to be able to kind of jump in and flow with that a little bit more. I know that with the Atheist Roundtable, we've got like all sorts of different directions. You're going to get hit with the Weasley troll. You're going to get hit with Pasta just trying to reductio ad absurdum. You're gonna get Oz just you're gonna get Oz, and then you're gonna get so
we don't know what we're getting from Oz.
Oz doesn't know what he's getting from Oz.
True, that's a fact.
It's different every day.
Yeah, one thing that I'm enjoying doing for the show is bringing some science educators on. Some professors, and so far we've had 2 episodes where a quantum physicist educator has come on. He's actually my brother, so it was quite easy to get him to come on. But he's hooking me up with some other professors to bring along. So,
and he's super smart too. You guys should watch the episodes with his brother. That guy is sharp.
Yeah, he's great. So, but yeah.
Eddie, real quick before we jump into it, let's tell everybody about the bald bearded man and what the hell you got going on.
Oh, I am doing my own podcast now, Brute Facts. Got several guests lined up. I think Oz is going to be next couple of weeks. We'll see. I'm sure Cease is dying to come on, so we'll see about him. But no, I've got quite a bit planned out. You didn't tell me how much work it was to get all this editing and intros, and it's ridiculous, man. It's like just taking all my time, but it's fun. I like it.
I've always said one of the biggest, like, it's been so nice with this show. I just get to come on and goof off whenever I feel like it. And I know I've got Oz on my back. I've got Pasta on my back, making sure that the lighting's good, that this audio is good. It's like, with Pasta's editing skills and then Oz showing up every single time, it's like, man, those guys take care of everything for the rest of us.
Yeah, and for the record, it is Pasta makes us look sexy. Don't get it twisted. He makes us look good, and I'm just the epitome of availability. I'm just the one. I'll come whether it's good or I take a beating. I still keep coming back for more.
I have a really rigorous masturbation schedule, so if I don't keep to that, I just can't keep showing up.
Oh, TMI.
Eddie, I'd love to come on your podcast. We definitely have a lot left to talk about for sure.
That'd be great.
And Eddie, I know you and I have only chatted for like 30 minutes, 25 minutes. So I know, I'm not quite sure exactly where we left off, but I know that with Tart, there's been a lot of conversation. So I'm excited to definitively prove that I don't have a cat in my house. anytime that you'd like me to.
Ben, you know what? You're probably one of my favorite on here that I haven't talked to that much.
You know, that's basically what everybody
Nice
said.
guy. It's just
What?
Ben, did you hear what he said about you the other night?
What specifically?
No, it was
I
on
did.
that video that Pasta that he sent to Pasta and Pasta put on YouTube.
I think so. What was it? Remind
Where
me.
he was like, and that Ben G, I just want to pick him up. I just want to pick him up and squeeze him.
and
I
hug
just
him,
want to squeeze him.
and
I just want to hug him.
you just have one of those personalities and faces that it's like a little brother. You just want to grab them and bear hug them. How tall
Sir,
are you?
I turned 72 this year. I've been
wow.
sipping water from the fountain of youth since I was
Nice.
12, and I have not grown up a single day since then.
I bet I'm older.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a baby still.
Oh,
But,
thanks. You were supposed to disagree with me, but okay.
no. Yeah. I'm a child.
How tall are you?
7'2".
So
Won't be no picking him up and squeezing him.
so that means 5'2".
Yeah.
Because Eddie's 5'4". So if you're 5'2", he can still pick you up.
I mean, 5'7". Now 5'7".
I'm sorry. That was me exercising my free will.
It doesn't
That was
matter.
determined to happen. That was determined to happen, Benji.
Do you play ball laws?
Well, which ball are we talking about?
The only ball, basketball.
I mean, there's football, baseball, basketball.
No. The only ball, basketball.
Okay, yeah, because I definitely don't play with your balls, but I'll play basketball.
Nobody does anymore. But
Crispin said, "Hey, what's up, Benji? I want to make sure Christian Watkins' second account. What's up, Christian Watkins' second?
oh,
second
Christian's
account.
in the house. What up, Chris?
Yep, I'm getting ready to go through the chat here in a second, and I got another guest to bring on.
Okay.
But Eddie, what were you saying?
I was just
And
gonna say we need to like get the Tart crew together and just ball it up, and then y'all can be like, damn, that dude's good.
you remember where I'm from, right?
Yeah, you're from Hoosier State.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I think
we
you ain't got nothing
are
on me.
basketball. We are basketball.
You ain't got nothing on me. I got
I'll
money.
shut that. I'll
I
shut
got
that eye
money
out,
on
kid.
it. I got money on it.
You can't help but talk to people from that state, except like their children. You always got to walk up to them and be like, "Who's your state? Who's your state?" It's okay. I have
That was a dad joke. Wow, he just suddenly went away. How did that happen?
Hoosiers.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
All right, so real quick before we bring in our next guest in the chat, and I've already got way behind, so I apologize. I'm probably going to miss people.
Also, hey, what's up, Kat? Yeah, all right, Ben. Okay.
Wittershins, we shouted out, but thanks again, KCA, Randy, and these folks are in here all the time. Sean Alexander, he's been here since the get go as well. It wouldn't be. I got to put that up there. It wouldn't be a proper Tart show if it started on time. Oh, I made sure that we started late, especially for this one. Wholly Ignorant. Happy New Year, Tart. I like that one. Let's see. Jim Benton was on last night on our after show. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. Oz needs to work on his beard game. I mean, if you want to send me money to work on my beard game, you can.
Some beardalizer.
Go to tart.live and the little PayPal thing. Just throw some money in there and whatever it is that you can give me to help it be better, I'll do it.
Beardalizer, does it smell like manure or what? Like
It's actually funny. They actually sell beard oil and stuff. It's supposed to make your beard grow. It's like, come on.
It doesn't work. Yeah.
Snake oil.
I've seen that movie.
Cat the Humanist, always here and present. Thank you very much. And then the CEO of mods here at Tart, Grumpy Old Cuss. Thank you, always here. And then the always amazingly beautiful Mrs. Oz. Always present, always supporting. KCA Randy, I think shout out, but thank you. Always a regular here. Let's see if I missed anybody. Oh, Gio Sam's in the house. Oh, and posting links for us. Thanks, Gio. always on top of the game. Murder Shed Steve, I don't know if he's still here, but the murderous one jumped in for a second. Let's see. I'm not going to say this name because I'm getting ready to bring him on screen. Captain Dadpool, check your Skype because you got the link. I don't know why you're in the chat, so not on the screen. You son of a bitch. Christian Watkins, Tart, New Year, Happy New Year's to you. And Christian, if you want on, let me know. I'd be more than happy to bring you on, brother. Darcy, I can never say that right. Cockerel? Thank you. And we see your name in here. James is tired. James is always tired. It doesn't matter if it's evening, afternoon, or morning. James is always tired. Steven Sorensen, and I think that's it for now. Yep, that's it for now. So thank you guys. And finally, without further ado, we're going to bring on another guest here. And it's definitely about time this young man has come back to Tart. And I'm just trying to make sure. And I was I killed the anticipation because I was going to do that, and then I couldn't find my video link. But here.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Finally, Ethan has come back to the round table.
The Rock is one of my favorite people.
That's what I was trying to do, and then I fucked it all up. But Ethan from YFNA Atheist, what's up, man? What's going on, homie?
How are you doing, man? How's everyone doing?
Great. Happy New Year.
You too. I am a little bit more bubbly than normal because I enjoyed some marijuana before the show. Wasn't expecting to come on, so hope that's okay.
Absolutely. No problems here. We don't drug test here at Tart, so
Not yet.
This is a judgment-free zone.
Cool. So Ethan, before we get into the other conversations, I already know you got one big thing coming up here in about a month. But what's going on with your channel? Other than that, what do you have going on? How can they find you? And then I'll make sure once this show's over, it probably won't be till tomorrow, but I'll make sure all your links and everything are in the description once everything's said and done.
Well, for one, thank you for inviting me on the show last minute. That's incredibly generous of you and the whole Atheist Roundtable. So thank you so much for having me. Oz, you rock. And now I totally forgot what I was supposed to say.
So tell us about your channel, how they find you, and what you got coming up. And don't you worry, we got your back. If you need little reminders.
And James in there says no, says they know to drugs.
Who you be, man? Who you be?
And Eddie will bring you snacks, so don't worry about it.
Yes.
Good. I love snacks. So you can find me at youtube.com/YFNAtheist, which stands for Your Friendly Neighborhood Atheist. If you haven't guessed, yeah, that's my approach and demeanor. We do roundtables, debates, and I have a live call-in show every week and a dating show. So if you're ever watching atheist content and you're like, I'm kind of bored of the philosophy and epistemology, I want something that makes me feel good. Every Thursday night, I have a show with Hannah Vaughn. It's at 9 p.m. where we focus on dating, relationships, and normalizing the conversation around sex. We recently had Dr. Daryl Ray on and Shanna Chow, a dating coach. And then every Tuesday, I have the show called The Perspective, where people call in with supernatural claims, belief in aliens, and conspiracy theories. So we get everything. Like we get QAnon, flat Earth, anti-vax. It's a lot of fun. And a lot of wild beliefs. This Tuesday, Jenna Belk and Brainbug will be hosting. We've been having rotating guests between myself, Dave Warnock, Jenna Belk, Brainbug, Kenneth Leonard, IQ, Puck's been on. I think that's like our rotating cast right now. And then obviously the February 4th show. Should I go into that too?
I want to know what's up.
Hold on. You don't just get to say, in the February 4th show. Ethan, that show's a big fucking deal. So go ahead and tell everybody about the February 4th show.
Okay, so February 4th is actually the year anniversary of my channel. And I'm using it as an opportunity to raise money for recovering from religion. So I have lined up what I believe is going to be one of the largest atheist streams I've ever seen or know of. If I'm wrong, let me know. But here's what we've got lined up for you. Oh, and we do also have our Christian friends are joining the stream as well. They recognize that there are people who are harmed by religion, and they want to help us in raising money for this great cause. So we have got Kenneth Leonard, Jenna Belk, Hannah Vaughn, Brainbug, Vila Bianca, Puck, Anthony Magnabosco, Atheist Pastor, Lucas Goliath, Rick Lockhart, Seth Andrews, Neil 604, the whole Atheist Roundtable, or most of them, Holy Kool-Aid, Vice Rhino, IQ, Godless Engineer, Objectively Dan, Hadley Lynn, Shannon Marie, Randolph,
Damn.
Dean Meadows, Cynthia McDonald, Dave Warnock, Dragnot, Chris Matherd, Dear Christians Podcast, Mandisa Cobbett, Chris Shelton, Sassy Heathen, Larry the Christian, Dr. Dale Ray, Cindy Plaza, and Aaron Ra. And then just added Eric Murphy and Genetically Modified Skeptic. So that is all coming to you February 4th from 7 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on my channel.
Hold on.
I had a question.
Hold on. I got one first. Hold on. You got Modified Skeptic on?
Yeah.
God damn. Okay. I see you. All right, Eddie, what are you going to say?
Yeah, I want to know what's up with the passive aggressiveness separating epistemology from philosophy. What's up with that, man?
Well, no, I have nothing against either of them. I am trying to cater to a different audience. And what I mean by this, like, for example, last night I had Sean Schemmel. For those that don't know, he is the voice of Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
No way.
Oh, wow.
So turns out he is, to quote him, a functioning atheist and a Buddhist. And he loves talking about this stuff.
So
Yes.
Tart just fired me. Do you need somebody to come on your show?
And we ended up talking for 3 friggin' hours. But that was one of my favorite interviews. There was some, like, I don't want to say woo in it, but there was some woo stuff a little bit. But the reason I liked it a lot is because it brought in his audience, and now we exposed a whole new audience to atheist content. So now
That's great.
Skepticism, and one of his big focuses was trying to teach his audience critical thinking. He's like, I'm a Buddhist, but I don't want you to just become a Buddhist because I am. I want you to do your own research. Like, he focuses heavily on that. So he was an excellent guest to have.
Well, for the record, I'm one of those Christians that support any of these organizations that help people harmed by the church, religion, things of that nature.
Yeah, Eddie's our in-house almost atheist. So
He's on his way.
but yeah.
I use
But no,
critical thinking.
But
You know,
Ethan,
I just subscribed to your channel just now, so I'll definitely be watching that. I'm a huge DBZ fan. So
So I don't get that, but he does. Thanks, Cease. Appreciate
I
it.
think I'm already subbed to you, aren't I?
damn.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I am.
Damn.
If you are expecting normal atheist content, or if that's what you want, you totally will not like my channel. It is not normal by any capacity.
Hey,
So
if you're having the Goku voice actor on, I will love whatever you're doing.
And if I can, because we have 2 or 3 people now backstage that I want to bring on, but if I may, Ethan, I do want to plug away for Ethan and Jenna Belk, because one thing for myself and for Tart that we do try to talk about as much as we can, and we take very, very serious, is mental health. And every Sunday at 12 o'clock Eastern time. And how do I know that? Because I have all the reminders set. And anytime I have that time slot available on a Sunday, I tune in. And Ethan and Jenna do a call-in show specifically about mental health and how different situations, each week has a different topic or subject. And I love the way they do it. So one week it might be mental health and how does, like I know last week they talked about how does social media impact mental health, or how does loneliness impact mental health, and how do navigate those things? So if you're somebody that you struggle with that, or a loved one struggles with that, don't miss that, because both of them are very compassionate people, and they make it a very, very enjoyable and easy conversation. And I've heard many people call in at the end of it. They're like, man, I'm so glad that I called. And even for me, that gives me joy, and I have nothing to do with the actual show. It gives me joy hearing people walk away from that phone call knowing that they got a little bit of inspiration or help or motivation. So if you're not aware of that, Ethan, it's called the Ethan and Jenna Show, right?
That's correct. Ethan, youtube.com/the Ethan and Jenna Show. And
Right.
like you said, it's always mental health. It's not, we had 2 people once try and call in to debate God, and we're like, this is not the show. This is for mental health. If you want to debate religion, there's other shows for that. So, we're here to help people and help the community as much as we can and raise awareness, because people need to be more aware of their of the mental health problems.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that I focus on too. That's awesome. You guys do that.
Yep, and we have to, and Ethan and I and Jenna. Well, actually, the 3 of us had a show together talking about this, normalizing this that conversation, and making it more socially normal to be able to talk and discuss, and it not be this, oh, you must be crazy. No, I just I have a mental illness just like you have fucking diabetes. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But no, Ethan, you guys knock it out of the park on that show, and I'm very proud of you guys. I think it's a great thing for the community. And the last thing I'll say, what Ethan said as far as it not being his content, not being your typical, epistemology, Socratic method, like all of that. No, it's not that. But can I tell you, his content is a breather for me, because it's not that. Even so, because we are always creating that content. I know on those days that he's doing things that I do have the ability and the time to go do it. It's actually a breath of fresh air, because I don't have to worry about, oh God, here's another piss poor argument, or here's another bad attitude, or this is stuff that's actually helping people become better humans or become happy, finding more fulfillment. I think that's awesome. So good job, Ethan. Proud of you, man.
I focus heavily on positive skepticism and positive atheism.
Yep, and you're kicking.
By the way, I love your marketing. Like, whoever does that is friggin' awesome.
Well,
your marketing is brilliant. I love it.
Well, pasta makes us look sexy, and it makes us look good. And I'm gonna say that every single chance I get, he gets all the credit for that. But we appreciate it. Thank you, Ethan. But we do have a couple people backstage. Oh, and I lost one. Hopefully they jump back on. But we'll hit a little video here, and then we'll bring them on. How's that sound? Oh, we got 2 more. 2 more. So, and I keep saying this, and I feel like we're actually never going to get to the questions that I had prepared for the evening, because we keep bringing people in. But we'll try to get through this quickly so I can actually start asking some questions. But I call him CJW because that's what Pasta started doing. So CJW, we'll start there, and never mind the fact that he destroyed Eddie a week or 2 in a debate.
That took a while to get over. That hurt.
Yeah, he took out the text. He took out the textbooks and just whacked him in the head a few times with them. But
I would never want to debate Christian ever.
Oh, hell no. But Christian, I know you're working on the debate stuff. Real quick, what you got going on? How can people find you? All that fun stuff, man.
Yeah, so it's youtube.com/Christian J. Watkins, like it's always been. I actually recently republished all of my old videos for you folks to watch if you want to. In addition to that, I have a Twitch, which is the same, Christian J. Watkins, and then I work on the Debate Forum community, which is a debate structured sort of community which does a lot of charity streams and things like that for like Trans Lifeline and things like that to make a more meaningful impact than just arguing philosophy all the time. So, but that's about what I got going on.
Sweet. And go Badgers.
Oh yeah, seriously. Too bad we suck, but
Well, you said it, not me.
Seeded.
And then my homie, Captain Dadpool. And he's working on his new YouTube channel. So Captain Dadpool, school us. Tell us something about it.
What's going on? Yeah, I meant to record a episode of the podcast in YouTube last night, but one of my precious demon spawn took the Bluetooth receiver from my keyboard, so I didn't have a keyboard, which made recording a podcast very difficult. So I went out and got a brand new keyboard today, so I should be able to have something out for you guys within the next couple of days, I'm hoping. Yeah.
And real quick, if you want to get a lot of people commenting on your stuff for the algorithm, just say one bad thing about Dadpool.
Oh man, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I'm learning that lesson real quick.
My video has not stopped getting comments yet. The one video I did, it was negative about you, and it is just like I'm like, damn, I'm going to pull the thing down.
No, what?
Oh, I don't mind that.
See, what happened was Pasta has Pasta's in contact with the TikTok gods, and he was like, anybody that fucks with Captain Dadpool, just let him know what time it is. Just let him know what time it is. That's my dude. That's what happened. I promise you.
He is a
promise you that's what happened.
I like him.
No, he's. I'd found a few of Captain Dadpool's TikTok videos, and I started following him. I'm like, man, a lot of the stuff that he's talking about is so sounds so familiar to me, as far as my background in Christianity. Then the more I learned, I was like, oh, we come from the same shit.
Oh yeah.
And then I went to one of his. He had a live. Excuse me, he had a live, and I jumped in and I was like, hey. Love your stuff, and him and I got to chat, and I messaged him, and I was like, I like, you need to be talking more. Like, your voice needs to be louder. Your message needs to get out there. So I'm glad he's been a part of it. But before we do move on, there's this really weaselly faced guy in the background. And then, being the proper troll that he is, he took his device off.
Typical.
But I'll give him a second before digging any questions or whatnot. But somebody does have some background noise. If you just mute when you're not talking, whoever that is.
That's me. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. Just when you're not talking.
Of course.
Oh, can I tell you how many Christians come on this channel and don't even know how to work a computer?
That doesn't surprise me. Especially the Christians you guys know.
They're like, Jesus, take the keyboard.
I am actually thankful for people like Dadpool who can knock down these fundamentalists a notch, who has all this super confidence that like we just have like this total certainty about Jesus' existence and all these things. Like, they way overstate the case all the time, and I love it when he goes, oh yeah, let's see. It's just awesome. We have the same goal.
So is Eddie like the Tart approved Christian? Like, I have Larry the Christian, which is the friendly approved Christian. Is that yours?
So Ethan, we now have two Tart approved Christians. It'd be Eddie and then Pastor John. Pastor John's not here tonight. But Eddie and Pastor John are two that we love them, and all of our viewers love them. And what's awesome is we can give them shit. They give shit back. The viewers can give them shit, and nobody gets upset or anything. We all just have fun. So
that's good.
Yeah.
I'll get there someday.
Well, it's just real quick, Ethan. I've always kind of been drawn to atheist agnostics and things of that nature because of the damage done by the church, and I was hurt by fundamentalism myself. So I just try to repair what relationships I can and That's it. I don't care about converting people, anything like that. Just want to love people.
Sounds like we have a similar philosophy.
Yep. Just minus the God. Minus the God.
I think it's good to find common ground like that. That's one of the things I'm trying to do as well. Is just being able to find the humanity in people that see the world differently than us.
You're speaking my language right now. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Like, get people just friggin' talking to each other, not lashing out, not screaming, just having a friggin' conversation and understanding what the other person's trying to say, especially with skepticism. Like, there are so many people that are so quick to snap or laugh off an argument. And I'm going to point out something we can all laugh at, but then I want to talk about why we laugh at it. When we ask for evidence for God and someone says, look at the trees, to all of us, that is completely laughable, correct?
Yes.
But to somebody, they're not being disingenuous. They just don't have the necessarily critical thinking skills available, and they don't understand how to evaluate evidence properly. So as much as I want to laugh, I'm going to try my best not to. I want to talk to these people and help get them from where they're at to, I guess, no, I don't want to say where we're at. I'm not trying to convert them, but just get them thinking a little bit more.
It can be hard. Sometimes
and
it's really frustrating when you're engaging someone like that, but it takes practice.
Yeah, it's because if somebody actually said that to my face, I'm going through a line of questioning. No, I'm not going to laugh in their face. I may laugh when I walk away because I'm like, oh my God, you actually believe the trees are but it's one of those things where you, at the end of the day, we're trying to find a commonplace. Where can we say, okay, this is our route, and then where do we go from there? And then where does it branch off? And where it starts to branch off, that's where we have to start to identify, okay, why is that branching off? What got us there? But before, and Ethan, that's a great topic, and I would love to get back to that in a second. But I want to make sure, because I know Cease, once it hits a certain time, he's have to take a call. And there is a couple questions that I wanted to ask everybody that comes on tonight, if I do get time to get around to everybody. And Cease, thank you. You were the first one logged on tonight and ready to go. So you're the first person I'm going to ask. Obviously, 2020 offered all of us some bullshit, right? And
That's for sure.
some pain, some discomfort, some sickness, whatever. But what is something in 2020 that you can look at and say, amidst all the bullshit, I'm grateful for this, or I'm happy that this happened?
Well, first and foremost, just meeting all of you guys, and this is probably the closest thing to a community, other than probably the philosophy department, that I think I've ever had. And given I always kind of felt like an outsider in general, so this is kind of new to me. But yeah, I love you guys, and starting my channel has been very satisfying and an interesting experience. So I'm definitely grateful for that and all the work that I'm doing with J Mike. And in general, just I think as difficult as this time has been for everybody, it's been a good opportunity to find small things that we can be grateful for, and that can help us deal with this kind of situations. I would say just that, just meeting you guys and doing the work that we're doing.
No, very, very, very fair enough, and I agree to a lot of that. That's one of my biggest wins in 2020 was kind of along the lines of what you said. And then going to 2021, I am not a New Year's let's fix this and let's remedy this, and but. Cease, what is something that you are looking forward to that maybe 2020 the projections would suggest, or data numbers would suggest that this is going to happen in 2021? What's something that you're looking forward to, you're excited about for 2021?
I just want to make more content. I want to meet more people. I want to evaluate more arguments. I just want to grow my channel and help you guys grow yours. And just I'm always trying to learn, always reading philosophy and continue on that journey. Probably get back into playing music, something that, because I've been so busy with school, I haven't had as much time to dedicate myself to, and a few other side projects that I had to put on hold when I went back to school. So I'll look forward to getting back on those. But yeah, just more content, more philosophy, and just more fun.
More content. I love it. That's my middle name. More content. Let's do more content.
Yeah, I never got my invite back.
I want to come back as soon as possible.
I'm all for it, baby.
All right, and then I think for everyone that's still present, give me 1 second. I wasn't coughing like that in the microphone, that's for sure.
Okay.
Eddie. Yep, I'm good. That's the old smoker hack right there. Eddie.
Yes.
Same question, man. 2020 offered us up spoonfuls of some bullshit. But what's something that you look back at 2020 and you're like, you know what, man, amidst all the bullshit, I'm glad this happened, or I'm glad I did this, whatever that is for you.
Nothing. No. 2020, I met all of you.
On to the next one. No, I'm kidding.
I met all of you guys, I am very thankful for that. Stepped out and started, my own thing I thought about for a very long time, and being around you guys in here made that seem more possible. 2020 has been very rough on us. I've had quite a few things this year happen, but there are some positives, a lot of positives that came out of it. Kind of a new direction. I've been in philosophy of religion for about 10 years, so it's kind of stagnated, and I have kind of a new life, a new energy to pursue. So definitely a plus for the year full of crap.
Yeah, it's been rough. And Wintershits, I just want to pull this up and content with making more content, and it's not to it's not like we're minimizing everything else, and because you bring tons of great comments and everything to our comment section, but I won't speak for him, I'll just speak for me. I'm not content with making more content, but creating content that is valuable to people motivates the fuck out of me, and it keeps me going where I only sleep 3-4 hours a day, and I keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny. If you can envision that bunny in the commercials going doom doom doom, like that's me. Like I'm gonna keep banging that drum until there's no oxygen left in my lungs and that heart's not beating. So that's what we mean by that. Hopefully that helps. But Eddie, for 2021, hopefully we're on the way up. We're on the way out of the bullshit. What are you looking forward to, man? What are you excited about?
2021, I am looking forward to possibly spending a little more time focusing on my family, as I've let a lot of my interests kind of pull me away from them. But at the same time, I kind of want to transition on, the podcast, maybe start creating video series or things of that nature. I was thinking of, maybe a spot for, pointing out bad philosophy or things of that nature. And of course, I'd be the first one on there. But yeah, I'm just looking to expand, and see where it takes us.
Awesome, Eddie. And I'll tell you right now, Eddie, you've got, for being on an atheist channel, you're getting tons of love in the comment section, and
they're going to make me emotional in a minute. I was looking at it, and I just
tons of love, subscribers, and all that. And for those listening, Eddie and I behind the scenes have had 2-hour conversations, several times, just talking about life and God and belief. So for people to think that we just jump on these channels and we do this and we stop, that's not at all what happens.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Whether it's with Eddie, or I'm not going to dox anybody, but there's several people that have tons of questions that I have phone calls with. Hour here, 2 hours there, hour here, 2 hours there. Then with the text thing that we have on the website for mental health, it's a constant go and go and go. And I'm not complaining because I love it. I love it. I'm passionate about it. But it's not just this thing we just jump on here and well, I don't look pretty. You guys look pretty. I don't. I'm the ugly guy on the screen. But I'm passionate about it and I love doing it. So just know that when we say we're creating content, it's not just for the sake of doing it and going through the motions. There's a purpose and a process behind it. But thank you, Eddie. You're getting tons of love, and you are on a straight up atheist channel. I think that's awesome.
I'm definitely humbled by it.
Ethan, so 2020 served us up again, spoons full of bullshit. But when you look back at 2020, what is Ethan grateful for? What do you walk away thankful for in 2020?
A lot of it is going to relate to this community, because holy shit, like I wanted more atheist friends so bad back in February. Well, up until February, I wanted atheist friends so bad, and then I started a channel, and now I got all these atheist friends. And I'm like, holy shit, now I actually need some Christian friends to balance out the atheist friends again. But it's a really good feeling because this community is so fucking supportive. Like, dude, Oz isn't kidding you when he says about like all the work you have to do behind the scenes and the conversations. There's so much to it. And there's also watching other people's content, which Oz does. He interacts, he engages, he's supportive. And let me give you another thing that Oz does. He without a second thought, helped me get Dave some new audio equipment. He took care of it. It was his, purchased it, gave it to him, shipped it to him, all that stuff. And so now Dave Warnock has new audio equipment, courtesy of Oz. So Oz puts his money where his mouth is. He works for this community in front of the scenes and behind the scenes, and he lives this lifestyle. So Oz, I am grateful for you, but I think it's important that the people watching you know what kind of person you are. And as much as I would love to compliment the whole Atheist Roundtable, I don't know everyone else as well as I know us. But with that being said, I am incredibly grateful for Puck, Kenneth Leonard, Best Name, Cynthia McDonald, Rick Lockhart, Cindy Plaza, Fila Bianca, Jenna Belk, Eric Murphy, like all the people who have been supporting me since I started or started supporting me at some point. Like, all of you have helped make 2020 the best year of my life. And the fact that like I've come this far is like the coolest thing ever for me. And I am super excited about it. It's been a crazy year for me.
Yeah, it has. And I remember, we don't have to dump a bunch of time into it, but I remember when we started and Ethan started somewhere around the same time frame, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And we were just starting to get some traction on. It's before we introduced TARP. It was still just the Atheist Roundtable, and then Ethan started doing this thing. I can't remember what it was. It was something atheist.
The Atheist
Roundtable. Yeah, and I was like, whoa, what's this homie doing? What's this dude doing? And I would go and pop in streams and I did it. And I remember Best Name. She was like, because she knew me from our post. She was like, "Oh, Oz, hold up." I was like, "I'm fucking around. Like, I know he's not doing it intentionally. I'm trying to nudge a little bit. Like we got this, bro. Like, but now when getting to know Ethan, I now know it was never intentional. Like, it wasn't something where he was like trying to shit on the Atheist Roundtable. And unfortunately, my background being in business, I'm used to people, if they see an opportunity, they take advantage of it. Like they jump on it,
Yes.
Yeah. But no bad blood was ever there or anything. But I remember that was like one of the first times I noticed his name pop up. I was like, well, hold up, homie. What you doing?
I was just trying to, it was like I had just met like several atheists from like different countries. And I was like, dude, I'm going to do a roundtable with atheists from around the world. like I at that point didn't know you guys, so I had no idea. I just thought I had this cool thing. However, I have since relabeled them a roundtable discussion instead of atheist roundtable. But my first interaction with Oz, I was spelling roundtable wrong. I was putting it as one word. So when I was tuning in his stream, he's like, and just so you know, roundtable's 2 words. So after that moment, you see roundtable spelled correctly.
but I think that, but I do appreciate the fact that that was kind of the first interaction. But here we found common ground, and now Ethan and I respect the hell out of each other and what we're doing. On our channels and everything. I think that's great. But Ethan, go ahead.
I just want to say I respect everything but your rapping ability, because I'm a little better.
Hey, Eddie.
Bro, you barking up the wrong tree on me, guys.
Eddie.
It's the Godfather himself.
I mean, I'm just saying, I was actually even on stage, and I have it video recorded with Vanilla Ice at Shark City in Schaumburg, Illinois. So
Eddie, let him know the level of smoke he's walking into.
Yeah, it's you got your boots on because it's getting thick.
You don't want that smoke. But Ethan, go to and Ethan, if you want, just to have some fun. If you have a way to record, I know I have a way to record. I will happily create a friendly battle, create some algorithm rhythms. but Ethan, going into 2021, what are you excited about? What excites Ethan about 2021?
I would say hopefully all the new conversations I am going to have. I consider this the end of my phase 1. And then after February 4th, phase 2 starts, when I get to start engaging in my more outlandish ideas. Early on in my atheist career, I was advised to make sure my atheist channel was only like atheist stuff, science, philosophy, epistemology, couldn't be anything else. And so I made these other channels in an attempt to get my other stuff out there. And then finally I'm like, no, screw this. There is no rule that says atheist content has to be like this and only this. I'm just going to put all my stuff together and keep it on an atheist channel. So that's what I'm excited about, to put my new ideas forth.
And Ethan, I'll say this and we'll move on to the next one, because there's a couple people and guys, we have the full stream, so we can get more people in here. So don't worry about anybody have to back out. We want to have fun tonight. But Ethan, the one thing I appreciate about what you just said and what you're doing is you're going against the grain. And I'm always, I have always been and always will be the fan of the underdog and the one that chooses to go against the grain. So I got your back, and I'm rooting for you. And anything I can do to help to prop up what you're doing and push it forward, I got you, bro. I got you.
Man, I appreciate it, and I know you mean that, because you are, as I said to your audience, a man of your word, and you do the work behind the scenes. You're a good dude.
And also, that was very rude of me. Yes, thank you for those compliments. I didn't say that. Thank you. I do. I appreciate that. I'm terrible at compliments. Just so everybody knows.
Then you ugly son.
I am ugly. I'll tell you that. I am ugly. I'm good at facts, brute facts. Oh, yeah, Eddie left. Eddie left. See, I was trying to plug his podcast and he left. Jesus. Christian, 2020. Spoons full of bullshit.
Oh yeah.
But what's something you took away from 2020 that you're grateful for, you're happy for?
Well, this is going to be long-winded, so forgive me. 2020 reminded me of a roller coaster in a sense. There was a lot of really high highs and a lot of really low lows. It almost felt like we were perpetually going up and down and up and down. And just when we thought that we were going to, hit the peak, we went right back down again. So I sort of liken it to that example. I hated roller coasters as a kid. I don't like instability. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me anxious. I learned a lot about myself this year. I learned that I'm terrible at handling stress, and I learned that I'm I'm famously bad at keeping commitments to people, and that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with not being a put together person at 18 years old. And there's nothing wrong with not being a put together person at 82 years old. We're always work in progress. 2020 was my year of recovery. I can finally stand up and play basketball for the first time in many, many months. I can sit in this chair for more than just a couple minutes without getting, tremendously uncomfortable and those sorts of things. I can talk with my family about my problems and have them listen, and it feels good. So while 2020 was an emotional drain on me, and it kicked me right in the ass 2 times and then kicked me again while I was down and then punched me in the face and then punched me in the throat. In spite of all that, here I am swinging. So that didn't make any sense, but that's my speech.
It made perfect sense. Absolutely. And thank you. And there are a lot of people that 2020 was just, there wasn't a lot to take from it. It just sucked. It was just a slap in the face. Right. But now starting to move forward and pivot, CJ Dub, what are you looking forward to? What are you excited about 2021?
Wow, you've asked this question several times and I still don't know. Let me take a second. I think if there's one thing I do look forward to, it's another year to work on me. I think is what I'm looking forward to most. Even if my contributions to the rest of society are rather minimal, I would rather keep the workshop open on me to make sure that I can help people versus try to help people while still not helping myself and then, self-destruct in the process. So to liken back to the roller coaster analogy, I'm hoping that we have a little less highs and lows and a few more steady rides. So here's to that.
Right. Totally agree. And actually what you just said there, Christian, is I think all of us can do better at that, is taking that time to work on us and being better individuals, better humans. That's brilliant. That's truly brilliant, is the people that understand that we have to, our biggest focus of study should be on ourselves and bettering ourselves first. So good for you, man. Good for you. And that just makes you even more deadly the next time you debate Eddie and you break out more textbooks and just slap him in the face with more textbooks. So
I will be ready next time.
You'll try.
Woo! Hey, I think I did pretty good for my first debate.
You did.
Dude, Eddie, the last thing I would ever tell anybody to do for their first debate is debate Christian.
But he was a gentleman. He was an absolute gentleman.
Oh, no. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean you just don't stand a chance.
No, did you hear that? No, Ethan, did you hear that? Eddie said that like he went on his first date. He was a complete gentleman.
Oh, I did. I fell in love with him the first time.
He dominated me, but he did not disrespect me.
No, it wasn't like that at all. Come on.
But Eddie, you got a fan club there with you?
Yeah, this is my 7-year-old daughter, Millie, and this is my wife, Amber.
Hey, Amber. Hey, Millie.
Hi, guys.
We're just torturing Eddie tonight.
Good.
I told them they could come hang with us since it's New Year's Eve and I'm in here.
Absolutely. Well, I am going to finally bring this little Weasley dude on here. Oh, there he is.
Go back and get Chad.
And he changed his background too.
He did.
I had to rotate because for some reason this computer over here is decided that, where I normally stream from, has decided that, it's not going to work for.
Got it.
Luckily, I have backups. I have a contingency plan.
Hey, close your ears. Jeff's on.
Because a troll always has like 5 computers just sitting close to him in case.
Let's not get crazy.
But Jeff, how are you tonight, man?
Doing well.
Good. So I'm sure you heard the line of questions. And before we dig into the personal, 2020, 2021, I did let Ben and I up top talked about TARP and just the growth pattern. And we don't hit our full year until April 22nd, which is mind blowing. But Jeff, just in the first year, any thank yous, anything you want to say from a TARP perspective for 2020?
Sure. Thanks to COVID making this happen. Appreciate that. Stop killing people. That'd be great. And, I think that this year has furthered my pursuit of truth and furthered my devout atheism and put me to where I think I'm a little bit more knowledgeable than I was in the previous year. And I'm fully aware of the human condition and the situation that I'm in.
Perfect.
So let's make the best of it, I guess.
Yeah. And we keep growing, and all those personal lessons we apply to our channels, right? And we make the channel more impactful. Jeff, so personally for 2020, as I've said to everybody else so far, 2020 was really just one big spoonful or a bunch of little spoonfuls full of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But what's something that you take from 2020 that you're grateful for, or you're glad that you get to experience?
Well, it's nice being part of my generation, experiencing my second recession and first pandemic. So that's cool. By the age of 35, I've gotten 2 of those and another one out of the way. So that's good. It'll give me some stories to tell my children when they see pictures of people in 2020 with masks on and wonder what the hell's going on. There's a lot of weird products that kind of popped up, which were interesting to me. Masks and work from home and all this other stuff that kind of shaped the way that we're going to do commerce in the future. So there's that. And then a little bit of free time that I've had to do some reading and study things and be challenged on different areas of the atheist argument. So I definitely think that where I'm at today versus where I was at the beginning of this year, completely different when it comes to the knowledge that I have of the Christian faith and Islamic faith. Those are some areas that I did not have when we started the year.
Right. And if you didn't, you'll be able to go back to the top of the show. And I actually talked about you and your growth. No, in a very good way, Jeff. I didn't talk about your trolley ways. I talked about the actual real shit, and just your growth and your development. In the last year has been amazing. So kudos to you. You've put in the time for sure. But for 2021, Jeff, what are you excited about? I don't do New Year's resolutions or anything like that. But what are you excited about? What are you looking forward to?
Hello.
I'm thinking. I don't make plans like that. Like I just kind of live my life day to day. So,
pissing off more Muslims, maybe?
I mean, I don't have to do anything. They're just naturally upset at whatever I do. So, I don't know. I mean, I want to get my room finished so I have a nice reading space. That would be really cool. So I look forward to getting that done. I want to get back into practicing an instrument. And so I used to be really good with the violin, and I purchased a violin, and I want to get back into playing the violin. That's something that's very calming, and also for any of you that play an instrument, there's some brain activity that happens while you're playing an instrument that I don't think you get doing other things. So I want that. And then also I got a shit ton of books. I just got 3 more today. One that Dr. Josh recommended.
Yep.
I got this one that looks pretty interesting. 50 popular beliefs that people think are true. And then my favorite book that I just got is this one right here. It's a mythology book, which has a lot of different Timeless Tales. Gods and Heroes. Shut up.
Yep. Winter Sense, I completely agree. I was like, did I just stump Jeff and I wasn't even use the Socratic method?
Yeah,
Did that
see,
just
look, he's
happen?
got a guitar. You know what I'm talking about. You all right?
No, it's that.
No,
damn-
I'm sitting in solace. I'm just.
No, I was talking to Ozzy. It looked like he was coughing.
I got
I'm done.
I got
I'm
a
done.
keyboard, but they hijacked it.
Well,
Um,
keyboard's not a real instrument. That's just a
Oh
toy.
my! All right, go. Okay, you're going away.
If it doesn't have strings, it's not a real instrument.
Well,
Okay.
you know, keyboard is derivative from the piano, which is
Well, the piano's a real instrument. Keyboard's a toy.
I'm getting a MIDI board next.
Oh, Dem's fighting words.
I have
The
to
only
show you-
people that need keyboards are the youth group so that they can play their indoctrination songs.
Listen, Jeff, I'll have to show you some of my music that I recorded on my keyboards.
So, no joke. I was at church one time and the keyboardist was like, trying to be funny. And he started the first line of Jump from Van Halen and would not complete it for us because it was a satanic song. And so he would not finish Jump for us.
Wow.
That's messed up.
I was very upset about it.
That's
Why
a
would you
sin in
tease us?
itself.
Why would you tease someone with that? Who's whispering?
no, but Jeff, that actually plays into the research we talk about with religious experience, and what it does to the. All right, when you're done, I'll be done.
What's going on?
I have no idea.
But I was just waiting for Jeff to stop trolling.
That's not me. What are you talking
Yeah, whoever's whispering that is.
I
crazy.
don't have kids around me whispering. That's not. I don't think I do.
There is no way y'all can hear them whispering.
Maybe
Oh, we
your
heard it.
microphone if it's poorly set up.
Poorly set up? No, it costs money, baby.
Yeah, like your keyboard.
But Jeff, the what you're talking about is absolutely accurate. It's the same as we talk about the religious experience and how it triggers the reward centers of the brain. It's the same thing as playing an instrument or being a vocalist. It triggers that the same endorphins and the release that sex, drugs, rock and roll, music, the religious experience, all of it gives you that high feeling. Absolutely, you're 100% right.
No joke. I've had out of body experiences playing music before.
Yes.
That's how crazy it is.
I played in a full symphony orchestra for a while, and
That's awesome.
when we used to do like movie soundtracks and things like that. And I can remember doing the movie soundtrack for Apollo 13 during the liftoff sequence. And if I watch that movie at any point in time and that sequence hits, I mean, it's a full body emotional response.
Right.
Are you sure it wasn't the mushrooms, Cease?
Definitely no mushrooms. Definitely no mushrooms. I just love music. I love music. One day, if we all meet in person, we should all just have one giant jam.
I'm a solid drummer. I got the skins. All right, so everybody, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hit a video. What's a video and some music real quick, because we're at 8 till. So I'm gonna hit this video. It's just gonna have music and kind of a pause. So everybody, if you need to use the restroom, pour a drink, do what you got to do, and then come right back. That way, when we go to the new year, we're back on here. So you got a couple minutes, and we'll get back at it. All right. So everybody, we got to pause, and viewers, listeners, same thing. I will be back here in just a couple minutes. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So we got 3 minutes. So Eddie, hit us with a 3-minute freestyle off the top.
Wow, this is amazing. Damn, dude, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I think it was pretty good, Eddie. Yeah, it's feeling
that.
I sing, I don't rap.
Just like how you play keyboard.
I'll play the keyboard.
Are you?
What was
you having a stroke?
Serenading Jeff.
Is someone having a stroke?
Yeah, I had a stroke. Yeah.
Yeah. Can your wife sing?
No.
Hell no.
Oh.
What did you say?
Well, I said
I like to sing. I can't sing, but I will sing.
Yeah, she likes to sing.
I will
but...
sing.
Well, like they always said in church, that if you can sing, raise up your voice for the Lord, and if you can't, raise it up to get even.
That's right. Yeah, it doesn't say to sing if you can. It says make a joyful noise.
Mine's a disaster. I don't even care.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
I'm going to read from my book of mythology. By the way, this book
guys, we're at 1 minute.
I can grab my Bible too, Jeff, if you want.
No. This is that's funny. I am starting to refer to it as Christian mythology.
Thank you for acknowledging my joke.
It took me a second.
Hey, guys, we got 30. Hold on. We got.
You don't know.
30 seconds.
Yeah, but there's also a delay
because I'm in Central Time.
Well, then you don't matter.
Hey, guess what? You get a preview.
I get to do it again.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
I didn't realize we weren't even live, or we weren't even on the screen.
I was like, wait a minute.
How are you doing that? Are you like some sort of wizard?
Yeah. Where did Ethan go?
10 seconds. He's probably smoking some weed.
Are we supposed to count it down?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy fucking New Year! You
Feels the
you
same.
bunch of atheists, including Eddie.
Oh, look, he's back.
Ethan, you just missed it.
No, he didn't.
He's countdown, man.
He's from the future.
Ethan, you just missed the countdown.
It's the final countdown. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na.
Now I hear fireworks. Or gunshots.
Sorry about that.
Cheers.
I just want to point out how awkward it is that it's 11 p.m. for me.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's 11
Ethan, you're
for me,
you're right
too.
below me. So yeah, it was. It's not even New Year's for us. So
I want to know what Geo Sam is drinking on tonight.
that's fine. In an hour, Ethan and I
Yeah,
will
for
celebrate.
sure.
It's going on.
He was drinking on something good the other night on Discord.
Ignore the drunk women behind me.
That's all I can watch. Oh, they didn't realize they were on camera. Now they're running away.
Oh, dang it.
They're stealing the show.
Real quick, Randolph, if you're still in the chat, check your Twitter. Check your Twitter.
Also, I'm like paranoid. Like, so I live with my blah blah. Wow, my nephew and my brother, and I won't let my nephew anywhere near a camera. Like, I'm like, I just don't want him exposed. Like, that freaks me out.
Great. Go in there.
What is it like in one of those like
Oh.
African tribe things that think if you get like a picture of somebody, it steals their soul?
No,
Hold on,
no,
hold on, real quick. Everybody, be quiet. See if you can hear it. You may not be able to hear it. Just be quiet for 1 second.
Get a fart?
No, Jeff. Seriously, be quiet.
Ethan's done. You're not going to get him back now. You made a fart joke.
Ethan's dying. So you probably can't hear it. Like where I'm at, there's gunshots going off everywhere.
I hear you. I hear your mouse clicking.
That wasn't my mouse.
Oh.
The only thing I heard was
See you,
Ethan
Jeff.
telling Eddie he's a bad parent.
no, I
I know, it just like totally tore me up inside. I'm like,
That's
sitting
all
here,
I heard.
wow, just got busted out right here in front of everybody.
sorry, I can't help it. I just
Well, the cool thing is I live in the middle of nowhere and I have lots of guns.
Well, what's really good too is that you're not Pastor John, and I'm not afraid of you being on camera around children.
Oh.
Yeah. Come on.
What? That's a good thing for you.
I
don't see the problem here. Is he watching the show, or is he too busy doing face makeup?
Wait, Ethan, quick dating advice.
I was about to say, Ethan's like, I'm never coming back to Tart. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have royalty. We have royalty getting ready to join the screen round.
Who?
The one and only Richardson.
How did I get a royal designation?
I was actually going to ask the same thing.
Randolph, don't ask questions, Randolph.
I have no objections, but the reason I want to know is because I want to know how I can get the money.
There's no money.
I didn't say anything about money. I just said
royal designation. You said
Get
royals.
Get
I assume there must be money with it.
I didn't say you're earning royalties. I just said you are royalty.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Oh, we have a Canadian, eh?
Hey.
How are you, Randolph?
You drinking Molson Ice?
Nope. Just water.
Just maple syrup.
So
Straight maple.
So real quick, and then we can get back into just having fun. Randolph, you can tell us anything and everything you got going on with you, your channel. I know you and Neil have some things going on, but now officially, a day from now, you have a debate on the Atheist Roundtable.
I'm looking forward to that.
So
and
tell
Zach,
us about everything.
and Zach Seckler, my interlocutor. He's a real nice Christian guy. It's going to be a lot of fun. In a previous conversation, he admitted that his Christian God does have a limitation, the rules of logic. So, but he doesn't see it as a limitation. So it's going to be an interesting conversation. The topic will be, does God exist? And he, of course, carries a burden of proof on that. So I am looking forward to seeing how that goes, because he says that I carry a burden of proof too, even though I'm not making a claim about the deity. So it'll be good. I'm hoping to learn something.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, thank you for organizing it.
No, not a problem. I love hosting those. It's probably one of my favorite things to do is hosting and moderating the debates. So you have that one, and then, well, before I go to the other one, tell us about what you and Neil are working on.
We're working on a program that'll be an atheist call-in program called True North Talk. We have a website set up at truenorthtalk.ca that links to our YouTube channel and whatnot. So we're going to be taking calls on pretty much any topic, not politics, but pretty much anything else. So we're currently building the studio for it. It got a little delayed. I've been busy with tax paperwork and stuff like that, because running a business entails a lot of extra paperwork. And and then Neil his company that he works at had to keep him, they had a policy where he had to stay away from people for a couple of weeks there. So it's just one delay after another, but we're getting there. We're hoping sometime early 2012 we'll be able to get things rolling on that.
Are you on a boat, or are y'all having an earthquake, or what? Your camera was shaking all over.
Oh, I've got a laptop actually.
I was just making sure it wasn't me. I've had a few beers, but not that big.
Yeah, it's your beer that's rocking me around here.
And then, and if I get the date wrong, because I don't have it right in front of me, I believe it's the 19th. Is that right, Randolph?
18th, I believe, is the second debate, part 2, actually, with the first debate that you hosted that I was in.
Yep, and that's with Gavin and
Gavin
this
Perlin,
is one.
yes.
Yeah,
and we're going to be going over the 10 Commandments, because in the first debate near the end, I mentioned to him that I have issues with all 10 commandments, and he wanted to get into it, but there wasn't enough time. So he was interested in doing a part 2, and I thought, sure, let's do it. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to that one, because I've personally never heard anybody debate the 10 Commandments. So I'm very much eager to hear that one. So that will be awesome. And
there are a number of different critiques of the 10 Commandments out there, and of course, I really like Monty Python's critique, where originally there were 3 stone tablets of 5 commandments each. Yeah, Jeff knows this, and one of them dropped, and then he amended his announcement to being 10 commandments rather than 15.
Yeah, I bring you these.
That
15,
was epic.
10 commandments.
And I would say Jeff is wearing exactly the right T-shirt for demonstrating that.
Yes.
Oz, you gotta hook me up with some debates sometime soon.
I like that T-shirt, Jeff.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if I can wear it anymore.
So hold on, guys.
Yeah,
Real quick.
Bring back memories for people. Maybe trigger a bit of PTSD for a few people too.
Randolph, I'll ask you 2 questions, and then I'm actually going to let Jeff take over for a couple minutes, because I'm going to go kiss my wife and tell her Happy New Year.
Sounds like you got your priorities right.
Yep. So I'm actually 2 questions and take care of that, and I'll be back. But first one, Randolph, 2020 handed or served all of us a lot of bullshit on a spoon, right? It was just like, here it is. You just got to take it. But what is something? What's one thing that you look at 2020 and you say, even amidst all the bullshit, I did. I learned from this, or I'm appreciative of this, or I'm glad this happened.
One thing is really positive about this is, in addition to getting caught up on paperwork, I actually enjoyed spending a lot more time with family, because there's never seems to be enough time for that. And having this time just with family has been great, even at Christmas time, because of the COVID-19 coronavirus restrictions. We're actually having Christmas just ourselves this year around. And in previous years, there's always lots of people involved and coming over and visiting. So everyone's just been kind of keeping to themselves. So it's been a nice private Christmas, which has been an interesting change. I quite enjoyed that. Our whole family has.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. The added valuable family time, and this has been a huge silver lining. I agree. And then with that, going into 2021, Randolph, what is something, maybe one thing in particular that now, after what we've seen this year, you're looking forward to or you're excited about for 2021?
Well, aside from the upcoming TART debates and the appearances I'm going to make on YFN Atheists channel. Hi, Ethan.
Thanks.
And anybody else who's interested, I'd be happy to come on your channels and have a chat with you about pretty much anything other than politics. And there's a project I'm working on right now called the Atheist Calendar. I have the domain name atheistcalendar.com for it. And what I'm going to be doing with this is making it free for atheists to put up their schedules, and then it can all be together in one form where we can see everything across the board that's going on with the atheism communities throughout the world.
Well, Randolph, I might have to actually give you access to the Atheist Calendar that I already started that has all that stuff.
Great.
Ooh. And I gotta know, you can run it. I don't have time to keep up with it, but yeah, I grabbed everyone's live shows. Well, at least all
fantastic.
As many as I could.
This website, what's going to be good about it is that, like TART, for example, or yourself, Ethan, or anybody else who's running YouTube streams or has other events or atheism clubs, will be able to manage their own calendars on there. And then the website, the homepage itself, will put them all together. And then if people want to follow certain calendars, they'll be able to do that as well and just see only those.
Awesome.
The real question is, how long did it take you to grow that epic mustache?
I've never shaved it, so I would have to say all my life. But traveling to Alberta has helped it grow a bit faster.
Wow.
I'm in the next
Eddie,
province, British Columbia.
How long do you wear that beard every day before you take it off?
Usually when I go to bed.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, it's got to come. It gets a little itchy and stuff. So,
hey Eddie, earlier when your wife and kid came on, I was in the live chat and I was waving, and then I realized, oh wait a sec, I'm not in the live stream.
She said, "I'm sure glad Randolph was waving at me."
Hi.
Hey,
Hello. Right. So
nice
guys,
to meet all of you.
Guys, real quick, I'm just going to take myself off just for a couple minutes. I will be right back. Jeff, you got the wheel, man. You're in control. I'm gonna go talk to the wife for a minute, and I'll be right back.
Thanks, Oz.
Hey, Jeff, I want to play this. This is what it made. This is what I thought about when his computer was shaking back and forth. Okay, listen.
Take a good hard look at the motherfucking mouth. I wanna go motherfucking take a look.
Copyright.
Well, you can't play more than 15
That was
seconds.
me playing that. That was all me.
So you're allowed.
Yeah, why'd you
seconds.
stop that? Keep going.
No, because we get demonetized or the stream will get
Somebody
banned.
wants you to keep playing.
Fair enough.
can't.
Fair enough.
It's illegal.
That was funny.
It is illegal. It's illegal like switchblade knives.
That's right. We're breaking laws up in here.
Not illegal, actually.
It's illegal in Tennessee.
Oh, they
I'm in
actually do that there. That's weird.
Yeah, you can't have a butterfly knife or a switchblade in Tennessee.
Oh, I thought you were talking about copyright violations. Sorry.
Oh, well, that too.
I think they changed those laws, Jeff.
The YouTube terms of agreements or terms of service or the
The
US
knife laws.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not
Here
in
in
Tennessee.
Canada,
You can't
copyright
help for me.
violations are not illegal. They're just, but they're covered by the law and
Yeah.
they are actionable.
Yeah, and you could get sued.
YouTube sends the night police to you if you think of something bad.
The Knights Templar show up.
Yeah, they just
They can't be half as bad as TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is pretty upset. I mean, but what's interesting is what I found out is if your video goes to review 3 times and each time they reinstate the video, it will be permanent up no matter how many people try and take it down.
That's
Oh,
cool.
really?
So and the way I learned this was I made a video where I had a Quran and I said, like, what should I do with this Quran? And it was like vote, burn, or rip or something like that. And it went to review 3 times and it got reinstated each time. I didn't do anything to the book, but it went viral in Indonesia. So I woke up one morning. I woke up one morning and this video had like 1.5 million views, and I'm like, what happened?
Way to go, man! Way to go!
Yeah, great. So what they did is there was a group of kids that had organized other accounts to get that video banned, and in doing so, they were driving traffic to that video. And since it had already gone through its 3 reviews, it no longer was reviewable. It was permanent. So they were organizing, like, there's still like accounts out there to like ban the atheist troll or ban this video. You can find them all out there, and they were just funneling traffic to that video. So then I wake up and I go to my Instagram and I just have like 150 new messages, and it's all kids in Indonesia trying to send me death threats about pulling the video down. And the funny thing is that, obviously if you're a 10-year-old or 13-year-old or whatever in Indonesia, you don't really understand what it's like to live in America. So they're sending me insults that are like, your house is ugly. Or
no way, they went that low.
Yes. So they'll say, your house is ugly. If you don't take down that video, I'll kill you. Or I'm outside your house right now. I'm going to stab you, something like that, which, again, I live in Georgia. I'm in the deep South. We own guns. You're not getting into my house with a knife. It's not going to happen. So I'm not really, afraid of that. Then they were trying to find my address to dox me. And the guy sent me a link that I wouldn't know is a link to redirect to an IP tracker. So I accepted the link, but I modified my IP to look like the FBI headquarters in Atlanta. So they get the address back for the FBI headquarters in Atlanta. It's like 1699 Chamblee Road or whatever. They start passing that address around to everybody and telling me that they have my address. And so I'm getting these messages where people are like, we have your address. And it's like 1933 Chamblee Road. And I'm like, oh no, please don't come to my house. Definitely don't send threats there.
Well played, Jeff. Well played.
Wow.
Okay.
I usually get message. I'm sorry. Go
How
ahead.
did you do that?
So you can use a VPN is one way.
VPN do that specifically?
Well, there's some trickery involved.
Yeah, you gotta know what the
all it is a request. So if the website is requesting information, I can modify what information the website then sends to the end user.
Oh,
and you got to know what the what the IP address
right,
is of
and
that area.
IP address of the FBI headquarters. You could Google IP address of FBI headquarters in Atlanta. It's not difficult. So all I do is just modify my information going back to them to give that information. So they think that that's what they got from me hitting the button, but in reality, I'm just sending it back.
Yeah, Jeff's basically spoofing routers there.
Right. Yeah.
Troll level king.
You could save yourself the time and just pray. You would have gotten the same results.
Yeah, I mean, come on, God's there for you.
It wouldn't have been as entertaining though, Chris.
So, and then I have constantly given out on TikTok a challenge to find my location or find my identity to some people because I like to check how good is my system, how good is my thing. And last week somebody sent me a message that was like, "Yep, here I have this," and I was like, "Damn, they got it." And tried to figure out how they figured it out. And it's actually pretty ingenious a way using Instagram. It took a little bit of work, but I was able to close that loophole.
See, the emails I get from those kind of people are like a mile long, and they basically want to send me to send them money and all this. And I'm just like, why are you lucky enough to get death threats?
Yeah, I don't know. They just they call me a rat. That seems to be a common
rat?
insult. Yeah, that seems to be a common insult from that community. That what was the other one? There's some that they're gonna spit on my mom's grave.
No,
you ever see Flushed Away, Jeff?
No, I haven't.
No, you kind of remind me of the main character from that. Actually, they may actually be onto something.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
No, it's
I
a
understood
compliment.
that reference.
It's just
Ratatouille.
Or they'll try and cuss, but they don't know how to spell the cuss words in English, so it's just gobbledygook. So I can usually tell I don't think I've ever gotten a credible death threat, something that I would consider like I'm scared.
When I was
because I always just assume it's some kid.
When I was on Google
I can confirm though that your house is ugly is among the highest of insults.
Right. Yeah.
When I was on Google Plus, I operated a number of troll accounts, and a couple of them managed to get a whole bunch of death threats, mostly from Muslims, claiming that their religion is peaceful.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't. I mean, I will get some threats from Christians, but it's always something to the tune of like, "I'll pray for you," or "You're going to hell," something like that. That's the worst that I get from that side of the world. And I don't want it to like reflect poorly on the Islamic community. I know that the majority, or 99% of them, are not threatening or anything like that. I live within 1,000 feet of a Muslim mosque. Like I don't fear for my safety in America, but it is radicalized in some countries. Right. And these messages that I get from kids, the other one that they like to say is that they're going to call the police. They're going to call the police and report what I've done to the book because they have blasphemy laws in their country, and you can't do that. You can't do that kind of stuff. They can call the police, and that's another troubling thing. When I hear what's going on in Canada, in some parts of Canada where they have these blasphemy laws, and you can't say offensive things. Yeah, you can't in some parts of Canada, not all. I think it's maybe Toronto. I don't remember where exactly, but there's like a city, but that have anti-blasphemy laws that you can't make fun of a religion publicly. You can't do what we're doing here.
It's actually a national law there. I think some places just enforce it. Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure, but I know that and you have some European countries that tried to do this as well with that in like with France and other countries that are in my opinion bending to the will of the threats. Like I would not negotiate with that. Like the freedom of press and the freedom of speech is to be upheld more than anything else. The First Amendment is the most important one. That's why it's the first one. What are you doing, Christian? What are you two laughing about?
Why are you all laughing?
Because they're staring at each other.
Do y'all have like a connection? Like you hear y'all are like telepathically like?
Oh, here. Can you see the screen I just shared?
No. I can't click the buttons. Oz left me in charge with no administrative control.
Okay, well, Christian, a caricature that looks like you, and it's really funny.
Why do y'all get to share them? I want somebody share it with me.
No, I need
to see this.
I would love to put it up, but Oz didn't leave me in charge that way.
Oh, we're going to get on Oz.
Just like pull it up on your phone and then hold it in front
of
there
you go. Pull it up on your phone and put it up on the camera.
School.
Do it the hard way.
All right, hang on.
Oh, Christian really does like me. He sent it.
There is another. So
yes,
there's another channel.
Oh my gosh!
There's another channel that we had on the other day, and Oz can tell you that is two. Who's the two Canadian guys that have the channel that he didn't show his face before, but then he showed his face more recently?
Justin and
yeah, they were talking about the blasphemy laws that they were concerned about. So they would be the ones with more information about that. I'm just giving you hearsay,
bro. That's your new avatar right there.
Yeah, doesn't it look like him?
I don't have hair like that.
He said, "I don't have hair like that." Oh, that's great.
But you do have a lot of countries, that don't have the. I mean, luckily, a lot of countries have freedom of speech, but you do have the minority out there that make that stuff illegal. And that if you don't have freedom to criticize, you really have freedom.
I mean, Stephen Fry's investigation was just like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Stephen Fry. Why does that sound familiar?
He's the fry cook at the Krusty
Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Oh, this show's getting out of hand. Where's Oz?
I know. He needs to rein it back in.
Well, we're not that far off.
Yeah, I guess that's not your.
No, I mean,
you left us unsupervised.
I was about to start talking
that's his fault.
to you, but I don't know you as well as I know Oz, so I won't start talking shit.
Well, I mean, what are you going to say? You know, insult my house? Do you want to read? You want me to read text messages to you that I've
Your
got?
house is ugly.
Hold on, I'll read you the insults that they send me. I keep a screenshot of all of them.
I
It's hilarious.
you spit on your mother's grave and pee on your bushes.
All right, let's see.
I don't really have haters.
Rip a book. They get really upset about it.
Yet.
Oh yeah. Mess with that. Mess with that. Quran.
Just wait until
I got
2K.
I got death threats because I left the Quran sitting on a table with another book on top of it.
Did you see Josh as the philosophic plumber where he ripped like one page in the Bible and these Christians like went ape shit over it? They were like, "That is the word of God. You can't."
So
do that."
here's a typical chain. It starts off with "Hi, bitch," "Fuck you," bitch, "Fuck you." Then there's Arabic. You know,
That looks
That guy's still
I'm
my
jealous. I put up like a picture of Muhammad, like a cartoon drawing of Muhammad up on like, all these separate videos. I haven't gotten any like shit like that. I don't know
When
what's
did you
going
do
on.
that?
Tag the right, like, did you
yeah,
put
you
it
gotta have the right hashtag. Listen, once they know who you are, like then they target the account. It's like a beehive. Like they just start telling all their friends to come onto your videos, and they organize and they come in and they try and strike your videos and get them removed, and then they go after your account. So you know, but then again, you know, once they kind of like survive the storm, they don't. I don't care anymore.
I think they've become kind of used to people putting pictures of Muhammad out now. I think if you did it 10 years ago, it would be pretty bad for you. You'd get
in France, if you're in
Oh yeah,
France,
I agree with that.
But nowadays, you get a lot less attention for it.
How about this one? It just says "fuck you" with a heart.
No.
Oh, that was for me. Sorry, Jeff. That was my other account. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, thanks.
You know, for the
So, like, this
freedom-
is one of the accounts they made, which is like a picture of me with a thing on it, and it just says "ban the atheist troll." So they make these accounts, and then they share all my videos, and it like helps me out.
Again,
Well,
I'm so jealous. Why isn't nobody doing that to me? Like,
Well,
I'm
congratulations.
not
to
working
you.
hard enough here.
How about this?
Congratulations, troll. Congratulations to you, Jeff. You are successful at trolling.
I am. So this one says, "You're disgusting. My little sister's 2, and she respects everyone. Can't you have a bit of respect? You think that everyone is going to respect and forgive you? Do me a favor and go to sleep, but don't wake up. How
think-
dare you rip
Oh,
something so sacred? May
Wow.
Allah curse you.
Damn.
May
I think
Allah guide you."
he needs to learn from his daughter.
Yeah, that's right. Have some respect. I
I'm
hope
not
you
saying
find-
that
know
I
yourself.
want any harm to come to you, but I just don't want you to wake up.
Just know you're a stupid piece of shit and keep that same energy in hell. That's a common one too. Keep that same energy in
That's
hell.
when you respond, "I'll save you a seat, buddy."
Yeah. Or they'd say hell is hot, and I usually respond back and say something like Mordor is hot, and then they're like, "This isn't a joke," and I'm like,
It is to me.
"It is, yeah, it is to me." But I mean, I wish they would understand too. They're only adding to the reason that I do it. Like the only adding to the reason. I mean, the opinion I had of Islam going into 2020 was higher than going out of 2020 because I actually started researching the religion.
Dad's back.
I didn't understand, you know, I thought that there was especially in America, I think that there's like a unjustified hatred towards Muslims in many cases. And I think a lot of times the left is okay with you bashing on Christianity, but the second you do any little thing towards the Muslim community, you're like labeled as Islamophobic, you know, all this other stuff. So I absolutely would not advocate for the removal of rights of Muslims in any country. I think you should have the right to worship. I think you should have the right to read your book and assemble and do your things, but you're not allowed to tell me what to do with those things.
So I have a story to tell you guys about that. If you guys want to hear it.
Does it end with you getting a hat?
That is an awesome hat, bro.
Well,
thank you.
What? Real quick, Cease, before you go on, just what happened while I was gone?
Nothing. We were here listening to
set
Caesar's
everything
story.
on
We solved the
we
meaning
sang-
to life.
We sang Kumbaya.
Yeah, we
ended
kumbaya.
religion.
We told little Bible stories. It was all great.
Well, the fact that Jeff
Eddie
said
converted.
the fact that Jeff said you could
Eddie?
be odd, I know is bullshit.
Yeah. Also, Jeff's house is fucking ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that out.
Hey.
Oh.
Okay, Cease, tell us your story.
Yeah, so going right off what you're saying, my university had a conference where we examined how the media contributes to Islamophobia in the United States. And the Muslim group for my university organized it. They had a speaker, and it went on for like an hour and a half or so. And at the end of the conference, they had a Q&A session. And I made a comment. I said, wherever we see bigotry, it's all our responsibility to expose it, to fight it. And, bigotry against Muslims is as wrong as bigotry against any other group. But I'm concerned with the term Islamophobia because it's used to silence people who are not bigoted against Muslims, but who have valid concerns about Islam as a religion, about specific interpretations of specific verses done by specific people. That's all I said. That was about it. And at the conference, they advertised that they were going to have weekly meetings open to people who, not just of the faith, but people who want to learn about it, people from the outside. So I showed up, and you should have seen the look on their faces. Like they didn't expect anybody to actually show up there. And I put down my email. I tried to, I got there late, so I wasn't there for that long. But I just told them who I was, told them I was interested in trying to learn about their culture. But they remembered me from the comment that I'd made at the conference, and I get woken up about 2 days later at 9 a.m. by the detective of the campus police of my school, telling me that they had reported me for because they felt like I was a threat. They felt concerned about the things that I had said, and they thought that I was threatening. Meanwhile, all I had tried to do was find common ground, and it was ironic because by trying to sort of silence me because I didn't agree with everything about their narrative, they proved my point that they're trying to silence anybody who doesn't see things the way they do by calling out Islamophobia and playing the victim every turn. Like I understand from their perspective that yes, there are places in the world where they are victimized and places in the US where they are victimized. But it's not an excuse to then be dishonest and do what they did. So I didn't get in trouble at all. Like the guy understood perfectly well what was going on. And I ended up meeting with the leader of the club, who of course pretended like she hadn't been in the room when the comment was made, even though I recognized that she was. Like I saw her. So it was just dishonesty all the way through, but nothing really came of it other than the experience that I was actually doing the right thing here. So yeah, just that's all I wanted to share.
Don't you also realize too, or find like if you have a question about Islam, right? So you go and say, hey, I don't understand what this passage means. Like it doesn't make sense to me. They give you like the most well-researched schoolery answer from some imam in wherever, and they say, look, here's the answer. What that really means is this. And someone else told me, I'm not making this up, earlier, like maybe an hour ago, this guy said, hey, airplanes are in the Quran. And I said, that's amazing. Like, read the verse for me. And it's something like, you will ride on layers. And I'm like, how is that an airplane? When they're like, you don't understand. And he gives me these links, which I watched the links and I had to read this thing for like 20 minutes. And at the end of it, I'm like, look, I still don't think it's an airplane. He's like, well, you're just being dishonest and you hate Islam.
Right.
Like that's the next step. Like they can't be wrong.
I think where part of the problem comes from is that society that a lot of the Muslims have come from have been very severely isolated from the rest of the world that's been advancing technologically. So they're not used to looking at pictures on the internet and open discussion like what we have. Like you look at China, they're quite familiar. They're right on top of that, and they've got the great firewall and whatnot. And people there are quite technologically advanced. They're used to the new technology. So this is a new thing for them. And so the societies that they're coming from very often have very harsh penalties for anybody who says anything that could be even misconstrued as bad about their prophet or their deity or any of the characters in their holy books. And so when they come here, and my understanding is that the Arabic word for freedom, that freedom here in English gets translated to, it's actually a mistranslation to not an absolute freedom word, but a different word that means freedom within the constraints of the Holy Quran. So it's not really freedom, it's a limited kind of it. So when they come here and they say, oh, you got freedom, they're misunderstanding it as being that, and they're just not used to this. And I think part of the problem with our governments is that when we're bringing people in, immigrating people, we're not explaining to them very well what their rights to freedom of expression and freedom of thought are. And so it becomes a major culture shock. So what they're used to doing in the places they've come from very often is that they're just going to report it to the authorities, and the authorities are going to act harshly on it to keep everything in line, and they don't get that kind of thing here. So it's a culture clash problem is a big part of it, I think.
I think they're also like
we need
taught
to do better training with our immigration.
Hey, everybody, real quick. I want to one thing. First, we got a super chat. Eddie Krum, Krum did a limb.
Eddie Krum.
He's unlocked achievement GQ cover with that hat though.
This hat is great. It's so warm. I love it.
It looks like I'm jealous.
I told him when he first came on the stream before anybody else did, I was like, I'm trying to figure out if you're getting ready to go hunting or if you're just getting ready to go to kill a motherfucker. Like I don't know which one's going to happen. But there's one to say. I put it up in the chat and on the screen. We're going to end this with a Ask Me Anything session. So anybody on the screen right now, you can ask anything, and they have to answer. It may not be the answer you want.
I'll answer honestly. I don't give a shit.
But yeah, it's the same here. I'll tell you.
I'll answer most things. There's some topics I might stay away from,
Like your personal, like your financial information.
Yeah. So yeah, don't ask like personal finances and shit like that. But if you know something about
my credit card number, I'll give it to you.
Bullshit that maybe we did or tried to do that and put that in the chat. But the easiest way, I'm just going to be honest. I'm the one that's going to be asking questions. Even if you gear it towards me, I'm still going to ask a question. But I'm ADHD as fuck. So you can put it in there. But if you want me to actually acknowledge it, the super chats do pop up in colors, and I'm really good with colors. So if you they pop up in colors.
I like colors.
And I can read it when I see the colors. So ready, set, go. Any questions you have for anybody on the panel right now, start asking those questions.
Oh, so I got a question for you though.
Should have seen it in color.
Who was the guys that we had on the channel the other day that live in Canada that were worried about the blasphemy laws?
Surreal to real.
Surreal to real. Yep.
Okay. Randolph was asking. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, there's 6 more there for you.
Yeah, the reason is because in Canada, in our constitution, we have what are protected as fundamental freedoms, things like freedom of expression and whatnot. So any such laws in any part of the government are superseded by that. So those laws are ineffectual and should be stricken off the books anyway. But if it is going on, in any province but Quebec, they all have to comply with these rules. The reason Quebec doesn't have to follow our charter rights is because they've not joined Confederation yet, but all the other provinces and territories have. So,
if I remember, I think that's where they're at, Randolph.
Yeah, so that's a different issue, and that's unfortunate. And we're hoping that Quebec will join Confederation at some point.
Well, I'll check with because they're great guys. I'll check with them, but if I remember correctly, that's where they're at.
Yeah, I think they were in Quebec.
I'd love to find
319.1
because with Canadian Atheists, we'll push back on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking it up when we were talking about it earlier. It's section 319.1, the hate speech law.
Hate speech, aka anything.
And it doesn't say that it's just Quebec either.
That's criminal code, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's weird too because, like, you know, as an atheist, it's not an organized religion, so we're not protected under those.
It makes an offense to communicate statements in a public place which incite hatred against an identifiable group where it's likely to lead to a breach of peace.
So I'm starting to get questions. So before,
that's
again,
not contradicting our charter. Sorry, it's talking about consequences of what'll happen if someone does that. It still has to be proven. It's not saying you can't say this in public. Yeah.
So I'm getting questions. Well, and Jeff just put it there, but I actually got a private question from somebody because they wanted to be anonymous. The first question was, when is Eddie coming out as an atheist?
Yeah.
3 months.
I am firm in my.
What's the over under?
And who I am as a person.
Give me odds. Who's got the over under on this?
Eddie, from 0 to 100, how confident are you?
He's already answered.
It is more plausible than not to me.
That's not what the question said.
You're talking to a philosopher. You're not going to get the answer you want.
We're all philosophers.
Yeah, we're all philosophers.
That's all.
But Ethan, I can tell you, that's something offline you can dig into for 8 hours with Eddie.
I'm well thought out.
But you're well thought out, all right.
Seriously, spend money on. I want to put money on this. Who's got the over under on 4 months? Over under 4 months.
Mental gymnastics that I can accomplish are phenomenal.
I believe it.
That's what it takes to be a Christian like you, Eddie. Absolutely.
No one.
Next question. Winner's shift. Eddie, you know I love you. Christian, why are you so mysterious?
Silent but deadly.
That's a good question. Back in 1965 when I was born,
Christian's actually Neil deGrasse Tyson's son.
Yeah, I can't confirm or deny this heinous rumor.
I can see it.
Here's the mysterious, not mysterious. Who's to say, really? Read your Bibles, kids.
Thanks.
Oh, praise the Lord. Oh, yeah. Okay, enough of that. On to the next one.
Piano?
So I feel like this is a dare. Question for Oz, a.k.a. host. I bet you won't mute me because you a little bitch. So, hold on, everybody pause. Let me go and pull up the YouTube.
And play it with the audio turned off?
No, I'm just going to go in here and let's find let's find.
Where's
it? Looks like a request.
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't say that, can we? It's a group from Memphis that's really good.
There you go. You're muted.
Can't talk about it.
Congratulations. So there. Now who's the bitch?
Now that's
bitch?
good customer service. You gave him what he's asking for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that question was answered pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was good service too. I'm impressed.
Real quick, super chat. Jim Bitten says gymnastics are useful in any and all fighting styles.
Because everybody was kung fu fighting.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Depends on the situation. But I can see it being useful.
Unless you're Neo from the Matrix, gymnastics isn't going to be very good in a gunfight.
Flexibility is beneficial in pretty much every scenario.
Oz, you can find that username locally.
The difference between old people walking around with canes and those that aren't is a strong core.
You know what the difference is? Probably about 40 years, Eddie.
No, it's a strong core, man.
Sure, yeah. Well, I guess, when you believe people live to be 900.
I was told that by a yogi.
I have to tell my great grandma to hit the gym and stop being a lazy ass then.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too late now.
Hey, real quick, everybody. Eddie, I want to make sure we respect family time. And I know you got the family there. One last time, plug the podcast, and then we're gonna get your ass out of here.
Yeah. Brute Facts podcast on thank you for that. On YouTube every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. And every once in a while we throw in a debate or something and stream it there along with here or something like that. But yeah, hit me up. Love you guys.
Little something. So everybody, that was we very lovingly call him Sweaty Eddie, because when he shows up to the round table, he's sweaty and nervous as fuck. So thanks, Eddie. Cool. Eddie's gone. Now we can talk shit. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck Eddie.
All the Christians are gone.
Hey, 15 minutes till New Year's for Christian and I.
The real New Year's, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, then we might as well keep hanging out. We can do New Year's twice. So guys, look, we got 40. We have Christian, for the love of God.
What?
Muting.
It's
Christian. Christian, you're a great Christian. Hold on. You're a great debater. You're a great debater. You have a great mind, but keep your fucking hands off the keyboard.
He's a master debater.
Who's master debater?
I actually started master debating in 5th grade, if you don't know that. Actually.
You know, this conversation is starting to sound repetitive.
I used to, you start off slowly at first, but eventually you get friends to do it with you.
Okay. Anyway, all those, we have 40 people in the chat. I know y'all got questions. I literally said it's ask us anything. Anybody on the panel right now.
We should do a truth or truth. In actuality, just truth.
It's like, come on, folks. This is 2020. You can still ask the crazy questions.
Here, how about we do 2 truths and a lie?
Oh, I like that. That's a good idea.
I got to be really careful with what I say, though, so I better think.
Ethan's going to accidentally tell 3 truths and sit there.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Here, I got one. What's Oz's physical address from Just Jeff? 123. Ask your mom. Ask your mom.
I thought it was 1347.
Giving him the address for the CIA headquarters.
Yeah.
One up him on his FBI headquarters thing.
Yeah, that's what Jeff does that for all the people trolling him.
Yeah. He just trolled you.
No, he didn't get my address. Shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Says the man with a dumpster fire on his t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it. It fits perfectly.
Here we go. I don't know. Question: do you know about hadiths?
Hadiths. Obviously, he has not studied.
To answer the question, I know about them. Yes.
Yes. I have studied. What the weirdest thing I think about hadiths is the same thing that happens in Christianity.
Here's what I'll tell you about hadiths. Is I put hats on my head.
I thought it was like an Irish potato salad.
Interesting.
So anyway, question for Randolph: would you show us the statue in your background?
There's a statue there. Let me just hang on a sec. Let me see if I can.
I think they're referring to Randolph himself.
Oh, okay. Oz, I'm getting your address right now. Screen sharing it.
Yep, and
Right.
the nice thing is I'll see you in February, and I'll break your back. So that's cool.
It's a
I'm
statue of some kind of an angel wearing a Santa hat. So I hope that's making you happy to see all that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Why is it in such a
keep those legs open for the holiday season? No one? Okay. It's okay. I'll get on one of these.
Did I get the right statue?
Think so.
Jesus Christ, Oz, for fuck's sake.
Hadiths.
Fuck sacks.
I didn't need your hadiths.
And Ian Danforth's $5.
It sounds like an Irish potato salad, and I refuse to drop that.
I don't think they spelled sex correctly.
Qualified hadiths.
Ian
Like,
Davenport.
everybody has their own special ones. It's almost like denominations of Christianity, depending on which hadith you believe in. So, and there are some hadiths that say some really weird shit. So,
I just want to say something about Ian Davenport. He is a tremendous supporter of the community.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll
Yeah,
support
for
you
sure.
as well. So thank you, Ian.
Absolutely. Truly is. He is here. I know he is with you. Like every channel I'm on, like he's supporting. It's fucking awesome. And it took, because from where I'm at, he's overseas. He's on another planet compared to where I'm at. And it took like 4 fucking tries just to get him a t-shirt and some shit. Right.
I'm
It was
so
like,
fucking
God damn it. It was, I was about to row my own fucking boat over there to get him the shit, but
Hang on. Somebody's asking about the mahogany statue. I'll put that on the screen.
mahogany.
But look, no,
Mahogany.
for real, there's not very many times
over here.
for
This is a mahogany statue of an ox. It comes from Chinese culture, the zodiac. So because I was born in 1973, the year of the ox, somebody got this as a birthday gift for me one year. And it is very, very beautifully carved, I think.
Very ornate.
So these kind of gifts are quite important gifts in the Chinese culture.
Do you know that the Bible says you can't plow a field with an ox and a donkey?
No, I think the Bible, as long as I have an iron chariot, I should be okay, though.
Yeah, that's what protects you.
All right, guys, real quick, a couple questions. I want to get caught up on here.
Yeah,
we're ready.
Well, this one's going to be shorter, so I'll do this one first. This isn't a question, really. Q for Oz, please forgive me. That's the guy that said I wouldn't mute him.
Permanently ban him.
He thought I was a bitch.
Permanent
ban.
Please forgive me.
Permaban.
Okay, they said it. So once we ask the next question, you're getting banned. They said it, and here, this was actually a good one. And don't like, for the love of God, like Cease and Jeff, don't take an hour answering this question, please. Just give a short answer. What is the most absurd story in the Bible? I'll start. Randolph, I'll start with you. Let's start with you.
Well, I think one of the most absurd ones is where Isaac's father, Abraham, was ordered to kill his own son. As a father, I consider God being called the Holy Father to be a pretty atrocious ideal.
You stole my answer.
Captain Deadpool, how about you?
What did you call him?
What was that?
Captain Deadpool.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard something.
Captain Tadpole. Come on.
What was Captain Tadpole? Oh God. What's the one in Judges? I think it is where a Levite priest goes to like Canaan, and it's similar to Sodom and Gomorrah when they go, "Hey, you have this visitor, bring them out here so we can rape them." And then the host says, "No, here, take my concubine or my daughter and my concubine instead."
Oh yeah.
And they take the concubine and they have their way with her all night. And then he wakes up in the morning, comes outside, and she's dead. And he cuts her up into 12 different pieces and sends her to the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a real fun one.
That's also a very good a very suitable selection.
Ethan, do you have a favorite?
Dude, I'm not a Bible guy, so
Favorite?
I just want to be respectful.
Lil John 412.
Why did the criteria suddenly change to favorite? What's going on here?
I'll just say Austin 420 shit. I don't know.
No, Austin 316 says. See, how about you?
I would say 2 Kings 2:24, where God sends 2 bears to maul 42 children, because it just sounds like something you would see in a video game. Like that someone's just trying to, fuck around with. Like
it's like the
just so
first
ridiculous.
draft of a Twilight fan fiction. Yeah.
It's just absurd. I mean, there's so many things in the Bible that are like that, but since the first answer was gonna be mine, and that was taken. So that's my second.
Cool, Christian.
Well, I'm gonna pick the emptiest promise in the Bible, which is John 3:16, as the most absurd story in the Bible, because it promises so much and delivers so little repeatedly. So,
like Trump.
Attaboy.
That's true.
Just Jeff.
In multiple ways, Randolph. In multiple ways.
I think the most absurd story is probably any time that Jesus is praying to God, because he's praying to himself. And then I'm also like, I don't understand if he's in a room by himself. Who's writing this shit down? The one that's like Jesus was alone in his room and praying to God. Like, who the fuck was there?
It was probably the mushrooms doing the writing.
So this is what we're gonna do, because we want to be fair to. We did Eastern time, now Central time. We're about 5 minutes away, so I'm gonna play a quick video. If you got to piss, go take your piss. We're gonna come back and we're gonna do New Year's for Central time. Okay?
I'm not gonna get to tell my joke.
Yeah, when we come back.
They didn't work. No time did they.
No. I don't know who was talking.
Sorry.
You're good. So there's I'm pulling it up like two minutes. 2 minutes, and Central Time, you'll finally catch up with us. We're in 2021.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff. Why is there a Cheeto on your?
not just a Cheeto, a hot Cheeto.
It's like a Cheeto puff, one of those little Cheeto puffs from the bags.
A hot Cheeto.
There we go. Now it's just a blue thing. Good.
Now it just looks like a big Tic Tac.
Okay.
But before we get to it, because I know a couple of you we'll probably have to get going. But Ethan, thanks for hanging out with us, man.
No, dude, thanks for having me, man.
No, absolutely. Anytime. You're welcome anytime, every time. And as soon as we hit it, we'll celebrate. And if you need to dip out, brother, no problem, man.
Yeah, I need to pass out because I'm feeling everything's like wearing off, and I'm like, man, I am ready for that, bro.
It's Crash Town. Crash Town.
It's Crash Town. Yeah.
I make some cheesecake French toast.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
French. Hey, I ain't smoked in a long time, but I remember my favorite was French toast when I was coming down. French toast was my shit.
Dude, I had the other day, I had some strawberry cheesecake French toast. It had this
Oh shit!
crushed graham cracker on top of it. It was
Oh god! All right, Ethan, just stop. Just stop. You're gonna make me hungry. You're gonna make me hungry. But all right, guys, we're almost. I keep saying it, and Jeff always wants it to be precise. So why he's got the big TikTok.
Time is relative, so you can't be precise.
Okay, so we're at 11 o'clock. No, I'm kidding. We got 40 seconds. No, 20 seconds.
20, 21,
somewhere around there, Austin.
New year.
Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. 10.
Oh wait. 5, 4.
No. Hold on. We're not there yet. No, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time is relative.
You dumbass motherfucker. It went 3 seconds before you did that.
Central Time. It's now your new year. You finally joined us in 2021.
21.
Here in Pacific Time on the West Coast, we've got 2 hours to go, and then all balls rolls us into 2021.
Hey, now it's the time that we acknowledge that 2020 wasn't the problem; it was the virus, and it's still here. Yay!
And prayer doesn't work.
For those who are wondering what I mean by all balls, and NASA invented that term to designate midnight for all zeros. They just called it all balls.
All balls.
I'm going to use that now.
But no, I do want to be completely respectful of people's time. So, Ethan, thank you so much for jumping on tonight. Appreciate it, especially the last second. Appreciate you coming on. And then February 4th, you have a huge show coming up with a bunch of people coming on to benefit a very, very worthy foundation. And get me all that information, because I didn't know who all would or wouldn't be on tonight. So make sure you get me all that information. That way in the description, I can add that tomorrow. That way all that's in there. But Ethan, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Anything you want to say before you go, man?
No, thanks again for having me. All of you rock. And I'm looking forward to the Atheist Roundtable being on the February 4th event. Go.
All right. So now we'll get back to now we do all the New Year's stuff, because I don't know if we'll last to the West Coast. Here's another one. Oz, would you box me for $100,000, and would I shop your ass?
I'll do it for free.
He's gonna shop on your ass.
Don't know what they're talking about.
It's young folk term.
Hey, isn't this the guy you muted earlier?
Yeah, and then he came back and he apologized. But your local atheist, whoever you are, yeah. I mean, if you want to get in a ring, I'll
Can I
definitely.
ask a question in Tadpole?
I'll put your ass to sleep. But
Tadpole? I got a question for Tadpole and Christian.
Okay.
What is your personal opinion? This is kind of a moral question. What do you do with what do you think about book covers, like the actual cover around the book? Is that there for protection during shipping? Do you take it off after you get it? Does it stay on for life?
I usually keep it. Yeah.
I don't like book covers.
I usually
throw them out.
for the sake
Do
of
you?
it.
I think
Yeah, I get rid of them. They're a pain in the ass, especially when you're trying to read. They get in the way. Yeah,
Like
fuck
this
those
book, looks great, and then it has this book cover on, but with the book cover off, look at this book now. It's got this really.
See, that's not bad looking.
Yeah,
I like the cover. I'd put the cover back on.
I think the cover should look just the same as the outside of the book. That way,
Put the fucking cover back on.
Yeah,
All right, guys. So real quick, I have to. While we did our little. While we did our music break and our talking shit there, we had some super chats, so I'll make sure I hit them. Atheist Cats, Happy New Year, you filthy animals. You filthy animals.
Thanks, Atheist Cats. Do you keep your book covers on, or?
Phil said, I think living in a fish has to be right up there.
living in the whale.
Yeah. Jonah and the
Jonah
whale.
reference. Nice.
I think one with the guy living in a fish has to be up there. So we
Well,
already said that.
if it was a whale shark, then that would definitely be a fish because whale sharks have gills.
Bald guy mad. He was teased, so God send.
Oh yeah, the bears.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I referenced that in recently.
That number 42 showing up.
Oh,
again.
here, we actually have a particular question here for the one and only Captain Dadpool, not Tadpool.
Tadpole.
Tadpool. You mentioned you were in the military. What was your hardest part of your transition to the real world?
That's a great question. I would say having to tone down my language. You get a civilian job and you start making like tasteless abortion jokes or racist jokes that normally would be totally acceptable in your merry band in the military, but you learn really quickly in the civilian world that they don't understand that type of humor. So that was a difficult one to adjust to.
I can imagine. I've heard that from several vets. Where it's like we come back home and say, "Oh, you guys don't talk like we talk."
Yeah, nothing is off limits at all in military conversation.
This is not a question, but from Wes, I thought this was funny. I'm Central. Got to go kiss somebody. Oh, never mind. Wifey is mad at me. I guess I'll get a smoke instead. Here's a question. If you had to serve a life sentence with either Kent Hovind, Frank Turk, or Kent Ham, which would you choose and why? Oh, fucking God.
I would hang myself.
I would go with Frank Turk because at least he seems to be a little bit more open to thinking about things philosophically. The other two are very closed.
I'd say Ken Ham because he has the most punchable face, so I'd spend eternity just punching him in the face repeatedly.
I would choose Orr.
Yeah.
I would take Ken Ham, and that life sentence, that honestly, that would make the life sentence worth it because I can spend the rest of my life harassing the hell out of Ken Ham, making his life misery every day. I would do everything in my power to make his life miserable for the rest of my life.
And he wouldn't be able to block you.
Yeah, and his life sentence is with me. That's how I see that one.
Yeah, and you said Ken Ham, right?
Yes.
Jeff? Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like Ken Ham, I feel like I could just fuck with him.
Yeah, I think I could mentally screw with him to the point to where he's like eating his own shit.
Yeah.
Just constantly remind him of his debate with Bill Nye. Like,
Right,
remember the time when Bill Nye fucking destroyed you in front of everybody? Do you remember that
time? Remember that time that he told you trees were older than your theory?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Good shit, guys. Good shit. Let's see. What else we got? We already asked that one. Yeah. Your local atheist. I don't know who you are, but yeah.
What's his real name? Tell me his name. Atheist person. What's your name?
Yeah, for $100,000, I'll put your ass to sleep.
I don't. $100,000. I'll just get knocked out. I don't care.
AOAs.
Yeah, that should cover the medical bills.
Yeah, I mean, well, I do live in America, so that's like maybe a doctor's visit or something.
I think it's easy to assume because he hosts a YouTube channel. He must be a little nerd, a little like. No,
What's your reach? What's your reach?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No.
What's your reach? Is it double digits?
I'm curious. Why does he want to do boxing with you?
I don't know.
Maybe he'll put an answer in the chat.
He's feeling froggy. I don't know.
Look how long these arms are, bro. Look at that. Look how skinny and long they are.
Who do you think has the longer
Look,
reach, me or Jeff?
I fought for a very long time. If it goes to the ground, it's over with.
You're already on the ground.
Jeff knows all balls too well, right, Sweaty?
Sweetie,
it says.
No, sweat. I want Sweaty Eddie. That's why I read it that way.
Okay.
And real quick, this is our question. But link to the fundraiser.
Oh, great.
All right, let me write that down. Hold on. I'm trying to click it. It won't work.
You can get later.
Okay.
Let's see. Any other question? Come on. Like literally, like, there's been like 30, 40 people in there, and you got a bunch of crazy.
I got a question for Tadpole.
Okay, for who? Tadpole?
For Tadpole.
Ask.
You were talking about earlier in some of your videos about the Tactus reference to Jesus not being a valid reference. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Sorry, was that for me?
Yeah.
All right. It is semi-valid in the fact that Tactus had a good reputation as being an accurate historian. The problem is he doesn't. Obviously, he wasn't an eyewitness. It was written about 50 or 70 years after Jesus' death, and he was likely given that information by other Christians. So he doesn't have any eyewitness accounts. It's likely just a secondhand reporting of the information. But also, that being said, he did have a reputation for being an accurate historian. Back then, they weren't as concerned with citing their sources the way that we are now. Your reputation as a historian is what gave credibility to your writings. So Tactus had that reputation. So there may be some vague, kinda, a little bit, probably, maybe, but not really, credibility to his writing. But still,
do you think he could have been talking about somebody else, though, other than the Jesus that's also mentioned, like by Josephus or other people?
He could have been, yes. Again, I'm no scholar on this topic, but that is where I'm at currently with the research I've done. It doesn't seem, maybe he's talking about the biblical Jesus, but I don't think he is. I think he is reporting secondhand information about the biblical Jesus that they got from other Christians, because by that point we were well into the first century and already had like these stories being spread.
What I think it's interesting is he's got 900 some odd volumes, and the only reference to this alleged Jesus is like a paragraph in one of the volumes. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
it's a very small
another
amount.
huge aspect of it is like he was much more worried about several other people and what they did rather than Jesus. Like, yeah, and like it was like almost in passing, like, yeah, and there's this guy Jesus who was executed by Pilate.
Real quick, we got a super chat. Atheist Cast for $5 says Tactus references the event once as Christopher and Zero about rising from the dead.
Christus. I think they say Christus, I think how he refers to him.
Well, Christus, I just read what he put, but Christus
Well,
is usually,
it may have auto-corrected on him.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like the Josephus, I just hear the Tactus and Josephus thing on daily, and it gets aggravating. And yeah, say Christus. We knew what you were talking about. Then the Josephus one, I don't know if you made this point or somebody else made this point, but Josephus's father was a historian that lived during the time of Jesus.
Yeah, that was me. He was a high priest who worked in the temple. Not a high priest. He was a priest who worked in the temple in Galilee.
So why would he have not written about it? It's odd.
And he would have been, as a temple worker, he would have been legally required to write these things down. And he didn't.
Yeah,
So-
or we did survive. Who knows?
Hey, I have a really good question here. A little change of pace, but I think it's a great question. From Joshua, I've always heard in debates that atheism leads to nihilism. What do
Can
you
I take
think?
that?
Yeah, go ahead. You haven't talked.
Yeah, go ahead, Cease. Yep.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. There's literally no connection, logically or otherwise, between atheism and nihilism. Many existentialists in philosophy who were atheists very much had a philosophy of hope, not one of meaninglessness. And even those who see that there's no like eternal meaning per se, recognize that we can create our own meaning. So actually, there are many quite hopeful and life. What's the word? I guess supportive of life and loving life and life embracing philosophy came out of atheistic perspective. So these are just usually the people that will make those claims are religious people who are not very philosophically equipped or knowledgeable of what the actual arguments are, and so they'll just say that because deep down they're afraid that if their fairy tales aren't true, they won't find meaning in their life. It's their weakness, not anybody else's.
Right. No, great answer, Cease. And Randolph, I'll ask the question for you. Joshua says, I've always heard in debates that atheism leads to nihilism. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with what was just said. I'd just like to clarify a few things. Like, nihilism is defined as a noun as the rejection of all religious and moral principles, and it's the belief that life is meaningless. These are specific positions that are kind of in the anti-theistic realm, and they are, as a consequence of that, also atheistic. But atheism doesn't reciprocate. See, atheism is simply not believing in deities. That's it. And so it's not even a position. So while it's true that nihilists are definitely fitting that category and also the anti-theistic category, there's no reciprocation there necessarily.
You can be a nihilist and be an anti-theist, but you can also be an anti-theist and not be a nihilist.
Well, the thing is, because it's the rejection of all religious and moral principles and the belief that life is meaningless, that actually is oppositional to the religious ideals that promote those characteristics. So that does fit the anti-theistic. It is I'm not saying that nihilism is anti-theism, but I'm saying it does have an anti-theistic characteristic there.
As far as
can I? I'm sorry. Can I pause there, because that's something that go on a completely tangent on its own. But we just got
it is an attempt to vilify atheism is the problem with it that people do, and that's why I'm kind of separating like this to kind of keep it out of that out of that realm in a way.
Correct, and I know Randolph and Cease both, you're separating that, and I do appreciate that, because those are two separate conversations. Just like people try to say atheism and evolution are the same thing. No, they're not. That's not the same conversation.
Unless you don't understand evolution.
But unless you don't get it. Yeah, but this one, I'm actually, I think all of us can talk to. Happy New Year from California. Do you think religion is harmful due to the adherents' absolute certainty, or because their belief is supernatural?
Yes, full stop.
Both.
Yeah, I'd say the certainty is probably more harmful, because if they didn't have the hard position of absolute certainty, then they'd be able to question the supernatural. The supernatural only exists because they have absolute certainty that it exists without actually verifying the claim. And that's why they can't debate without hard yes or no's. Like, you have to believe of all evolution, or else you aren't an atheist.
So to keep it going in order, so Jeff gave his opinion.
Thanks.
Captain Dadpool. Well, I'll just go how I see it on my screen in rotation. Captain Dadpool, what's your opinion on that?
I would say that believing in religion it's like a gateway belief into other supernaturals, because as soon as you say that you believe in something, well, then there's no limit to the things that you can otherwise believe in. If you want to believe in a celestial sky fairy, you could also believe in Bigfoot. You could also believe in aliens. You could also believe in ghosts. You could also believe in your dead parents talking to you. Like, it opens up a whole new realm of things to believe in, all of which have no evidence to back up the claim. So, yes, I would say it's harmful in the thinking process and cognitive development. Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. Randolph.
Well, I think both characteristics being listed here, one about the adherents' absolute certainty, is definitely a problem because they're doxastically closed. They're not willing to consider things that could lead to progress, and progress is something that I value and that I think most people do, and so it is against that. It works against that, unfortunately. The other part of the problem is that if your belief is supernatural, how much are you using that belief to make decisions for other people in life? And if you are doing that instead of looking at something that's not supernatural and you're preferring the supernatural belief, then that can create all sorts of problems. So it can be harmful in both respects. But I think it really depends on the scenario at hand, which one would be more harmful. But I think one of the biggest problems with religion is this demand for conformity. And in Christianity, there is a passage somewhere that says, and I don't remember which part of the Bible it's in, but it says either you're with God or you're against him. And and that's a black and white fallacy. And life isn't actually that simple. There's a lot more to it than that.
Right. Agreed. Cease?
Yeah, pretty much I agree with everything that's been said. I think both are incredibly destructive, and I think any kind of irrational mentality where people have certainties that they can't possibly defend and lack the methodology to defend, in addition with dogmatism, and believing supernatural claims as opposed to actual verifiable natural ones, it's just a formula for, I think, irrationality and tribalism and danger, and things that we need to move on from if we're gonna have a better world.
Yeah, and well, I guess the simplest way for me to say I agree with what everybody said, but that would be the easy way to do it. But for me, when we start to appeal to the supernatural to define our lives, that's when it becomes dangerous, because no one has been able to demonstrate or define what the supernatural is. So when we start to base our lives on that, that's when it becomes dangerous. And to me, it's like, until we can have the evidence to support the claim of a supernatural, why even have that conversation? And if you guys disagree, tell me. But that's where I fall at this point, being a believer for 30 plus years. It's like, until we have that, that's what's dangerous. Is that we're telling people to root their lives in a supernatural that we can't explain, that we can't have evidence for.
The assumptions are inherently problematic.
Yeah. Thank you. That was a simple way of saying it. Thank you, Randolph. Let's see. Any other questions on here?
I saw a good one there.
Which one?
A Christian friend of mine asked me if God revealed himself to you, and he said he was a God of the Bible. Would you reevaluate your views on it?
Oh, there it is. Yep, I'll pop it up. Josh asked all them questions. A Christian friend of mine asked me if God revealed himself to you and said he was the God of the Bible. Would you reevaluate your views on it? And see, since you saw that, I'll let you be the first one. Tee it up.
Yeah, I would say if it's the God of the Bible, I mean, obviously I would believe that he exists because he would have shown that he exists, but would I follow him or worship him? Absolutely not. Because from my perspective, he would be an immoral God. And also, he would have to show himself not just to me, but in a way that was scientifically verifiable. If I just suddenly saw, someone in front of me claiming they were God, I would probably think that I had lost my mind. So, yeah, that would be my answer.
Okay. And Randolph, to that question, how would you respond?
Oh, I fully agree with Joshua. I actually have a criteria because people have asked me what it would take to prove that their deity exists, what it would take to convince me. And my response was, and still is, that I would want to your deity, who says all things can happen with them and is omnipotent and omniscient, to grant me those omnipotent and omniscient powers for a week or two so that I could explore the cosmos and verify a whole bunch of different things for myself. Some people said they'd love to come along for the ride, so they said make a list. I said I won't need to. I'll be omnipotent. I'll just know that you wanted to come. And the most interesting objection to that I found was that the Christians were all saying they're trying to negotiate the amount of time I would need this power for. That was their major concern. But that would be something so I could prove it for myself. That's what I would need. And if the deity really is omniscient and omnipotent, they'll know how to do it, and they'll have no problem doing it. They'll be fully capable to make that happen.
Right. Jeff, your response on that?
Sure. I don't answer what if questions.
Okay. Captain Deadpool.
I don't have much to add. I would have a ton of questions. Definitely would not be a follower, but I would definitely, be like, why is this a thing? Why is natural evil a thing? Why is your brand of evil a thing? Why do people suffer endlessly? Why? Is hell a thing? I would just have a shit ton of questions. But there's really no way that I would then dedicate my life to him.
Yeah, and my simple answer to that is if the Bible God, and people have laughed at me when I said this, but I'm at this point where if the Bible God, the Abrahamic God, is real, I'm at a point where like he would have to come and like sit on my lap and like I'd have to like hug him and like, oh, you're so cute, like I would have to like it'd have to be that kind of shit for me to know that he's real. But even if I knew at that point that he was real and he existed,
why don't you just ask him to remove your
now
free will?
knowing but now knowing
then you can't go wrong.
All of the texts that I've read, I'm still not going to serve you. Like I'll say, okay, cool, you're real, but I'm not going to serve you because I know how immoral you are. Like I know all the things that you're cool with that I'm not cool with when it comes to my daughters and my sons and my family. Like I'm not gonna fuck with you. So yeah, that's where I fall. That's where I fall within that explanation or that question when people say if that Bible God demonstrated himself to be real, would you acknowledge it? Yes, I would acknowledge that he was real. If I had evidence.
Well, that's all you need to go to heaven, right? You just have to believe in Jesus. Done. Go to heaven.
Roman says, believe in your heart, confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, and you are saved.
Yeah, easy. Make me believe.
Atheist Cat says, Oz thinks his teddy bear is a god. Maybe. Is that another one? It could be. I wish I had a teddy bear. I don't have a teddy bear. Oh, man. No, I'm sad.
I love what if questions. Let's just do what if questions all day and get nowhere.
Atheist Cats, no, I'm sad because I don't have a teddy bear. But all right, before we go, I want to make sure everybody plugs at the end of the shows, especially when we do an open format like this. And I'll wait till Randolph gets back. But Cease, I know you and J Mike, Jesus Mike, the Atheist Jesus, all of the other usernames, you guys got some shit going on. What's up with you guys?
Our podcast on YouTube is Axioms on Trial. That's AXIOMS on Trial. We talk to professors, theists, atheists, have debates, conversations, and yeah, that's it for right now. But we just hit our 20th episode mark, and yeah, more content coming soon. So stay tuned.
Sweet. Nope. And keep an eye on them. They have great conversations over there. And yeah, if you want the deeper dive than the deep dives we do at the Atheist Roundtable, they do the deeper dives. Captain Dadpool, one more time, tell everybody about the new shit you got going on, man.
Yeah, man. I'm starting my my podcast and YouTube channel at Good Morning Heretic, and Captain Dadpool for YouTube, I think it is. I'm going to be uploading my first video here in the next few days. I got delayed for different reasons. The first episode is just going to be me going through like more in depth about my like story and my deconstruction, everything. After that, I'm going to start taking questions, having guests on, and pretty much just seeing where it goes. I'm not exactly sure where the channel is going to go, but definitely want to give the people what they are asking for, and I want to have a lot of fun doing it. So check that out.
Awesome. And you know any way we can help you, brother? We are here to help you.
Absolutely.
Just Jeff. Where does everybody find your lovely, beautiful, sexy face?
With my personal cell phone number, which you can put on the screen.
I don't have it right now.
It's in the comments. I made sure to put it in there recently so that you'd have it. But anyway, yeah, you can use my personal cell phone number. You can use my website, which is also Linktree Atheist Troll, so that's another way to find me. And I sometimes do live shows where I take phone calls and troll people. So there's that. And then I am currently looking for anyone that is looking to debate certain topics, such as the problem of evil, the God of the Bible, is Islam the correct religion, and Noah's Ark would be one of my favorites if anybody wants to debate Noah's Ark or any other supernatural activity in the Bible. Or did Jesus exist? That's another claim that I've made recently that no one seems to want to take up. So personal cell phone number, 678-506. What is it? I don't know my own number.
Oh, so you are the local atheist. Now I got it. Now I got it.
Am I?
Okay. Yeah, you little bitch. So Randolph, what do you got going on?
Well, I'm the founder of the Canadian Atheists, and we're trying to counter the vilification efforts of atheists that usually comes from theistic communities, and we're also aiming to normalize atheism in the Canadian society, hoping that catches on throughout the world, because we believe that it's normal to not believe things. And there's the different projects that I'm working on. I have the True North Talk program, the Atheism Call-In program that I'll be hosting with Neil, the 604 Atheist. We're equal co-hosts on this at www.truenorthtalk.ca. Oh, sorry, the Canadian Atheists. If you want to find out more about that I just mentioned earlier, is www.canadianatheists.ca. I'm also working on this new project right now, the Atheism Calendar, which you will eventually be able to use, hopefully in the coming days or sometime this coming week, at www.atheistcalendar.com. Thank you very much for inviting me on at the last moment. I really appreciate being a part of this, and I really enjoyed meeting both of Cease to Know and Captain Dadpool.
Likewise.
Absolutely. And Randolph on the second has a debate. It's a debate.
Your own tart.
A sparring match, a verbal sparring match at the Atheist Roundtable on the second. Does God exist? But before we start off,
who's the debater? Who is he debating?
Zach Seckler of Adherent Apologetics.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm gonna pull this up before we sign off, and I'll hit the outro video.
And thanks for organizing that, by the way.
No, absolutely. That one and with Gavin too. I love it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
But no, thank you guys. And before we go off, Sean Alexander, thank you so much. $20 super chat. Thank you guys for the amazing work you do. I'm amazed at how much you have accomplished in a short time. 2021 is going to rock and roll, and I agree. And for those that did or did not see the intro of the show, I put out all my thank yous to everybody, from Pasta Mike to to the subscribers, to the viewers, and all that. We would not be where we're at right now if it wasn't for all of you guys. We appreciate you. You guys are the fucking rock stars. And without your support and you guys sharing what we do, and subscribing and listening every single time we go live, which, like I said, we go live a lot. We go live a lot. We wouldn't be where we're at. So we appreciate it. And thank you so much. And until next time, you guys, thank you. Happy New Year's. Happy 2021. And the best to you. Let's fuck shit up in 2021.
Welcome to Let's Get It, the Atheist Roundtable.
That was terrible. Let's do that again.
Pastor Mike, what you doing? What up with Eddie? Why he sweaty on your noodle? I don't get it. He lost his shit. The whole kid caboodle. Now pause. You pause. Everybody tell him that he's a lost cause. Who's the ass in the hat? Half Christian ass. Always talking this and talking that. And Benji on the epistemology. You got claims, got beliefs. What's your confidence? And is it relevant? Nah. Just Jeff. What's next? What text you gonna put to the test? Put to the test. Little troll face weasel on TikTok looking like a beetle juice. And what do you do when a member of your crew sits in a shed with the dead? I don't know what's up. Anybody seen T-Jump? Now the newest member of the crew. The talk debut. Here's your preview. It's K Nabs. She says she's the live stream queen. Welcome to the team. Yeah. Welcome to the team.
The Atheist Roundtable.
Is faith a reliable pathway to truth? Hey, yo, Oz, are we going on a deep dive?
Faith is bullshit. Jesus in the morning.